See, I absolutely thanked you for existing in a way to put light on the person's eighth house. Whatever, like you have had a word with me 1 year back. That time I was very much towards you, like, oh, this is my problem. Please give me solution. Please give me solution. I was like that in my last call, and in today's call, I have like solution. The question. Let's learn something new.
Yeah.
Because you are the person who puts light on that eighth house. There is no one around who does this kind of work, who is putting light on anyone's eighth house.
Because you mentioned the eighth house, and the eighth house, I think, is the most complicated to understand. Simply because there is no light. The 12th, everyone still experiences on a daily basis via sleep. The 4th, everyone's been experiencing since childhood. The 8th, nature doesn't give it to you. You have to dig, all right, and you have to go underneath. So
You have to go in your own darkness, and that's
yeah. So many times the pain for Scorpio is not like from this lifetime, and that is why if somebody has a very heavy Scorpio, there are invisible fears which a person has, insecurity, paranoia, and the ability to trust someone it's a thing which they practice very rarely.
Yes.
Because if you have a heavy 8th house, either genetically or karmically or from the past life or in this life, you have pain stored inside you. Because of that pain, you're insecure, you're anxious, you have inexplicable paranoia, etc. Because Scorpio, why is the water black? Because it never gets released, it never gets flushed out.
Yeah.
All right. Do you realize that the 8th house in Scorpio is like a portal? Okay.
Yes.
And you have to pass through the portal.
Right.
Only when you pass through the portal does the light become visible on the stuff which was stuck inside the portal. Try to find pictures of the hip bone, the pelvis.
Damn. Yes.
Can you see Ganesh ji in your pelvis bone, in that lowermost bone?
Yeah.
The head of Lord
Same
Ganesh,
representation. Yes.
sitting
And
at
the ears.
sitting at the root of your existence. And that's Ketu.
Yes. Right.
Scorpio, that region of your body. I mean, it's insane that all of them are again inside us. June 2026, if you experience yourself urinating more than the amount of water you're drinking,
Yeah.
going to the washroom more than the amount you're eating food,
Yes.
perspiring even though you're sitting in AC and your body feeling very hot from inside.
Right.
Okay? If you notice some sort of a weird coating on your skin, all of this is the artificial shit which is coming out from the body thanks to the light which is coming in. People think they put something physical in their body. Now they have to put something physical in their body to get it out. If a person thinks that eating something can or consuming something can help them get rid of what the vaccine is, they don't understand that most of the attack mechanisms are not physical. See, okay, so one thing I know for sure is that more than half of Instagram or your personal Instagram experience is fake. And what I mean is, the posts you see, it might be a human being talking, you think that's real, I'm telling you that's not real. And not just because of the AI shit now, I'm talking since a long time.
Right.
The algorithm is not one algorithm for the entire app and for the entire audience, and no, the algorithm is your biggest hidden secret scorpionic personal enemy. I haven't posted in a while, and then I asked the team guy that who all are there, like who's there, and then he automatically, I think, connected with you, and then he let me know you were there. So I was confused because I was like, we just spoke recently, it's not been that long.
We spoke in
Last year?
last year.
You were in a white t-shirt.
No, I was in a blue.
Yeah, you were in a blue t-shirt. Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty long.
so I was in a cafe, right?
Probably in the cafe, yes, you are in the cafe.
And it was a map of your soul.
Back of your soul, and there was one auntie behind you who came to feed or something like that. In the cafe only you were. Some Didi was there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it been a year? I remember speaking to you like as if it's a few months ago, but like there is a lot of time dilation happening right now, so I won't be surprised if I'm like making a mistake.
Absolutely.
Last year.
Exactly same date.
The same date?
Same fucking date, I guess. 12th June or 3rd June it was.
For me, it's like 2-3 months. But the thing is, like, for me, I mean, not just me, for many people right now, time is working in a very different way. So
Time has been really like it's accelerating, and whatever it is happening, climate changing and all these things are crazy.
wow, okay. I mean, definitely did not think that it's been a year, because I remember your face. And have we done only one call then from there? Have I not done another call with you from some other place?
No.
Damn. Okay. Wow.
It has been life has been it has been a very different roller coaster. And like first of all, like I would like to really appreciate like there is some kind of a person like you who is existing. And like literally there is no one out there like you, or probably I don't know, you are something very, very different. And especially you are the one who puts light on everyone's 8th house.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's
Okay.
crazy. And for putting that light, I don't know how much darkness you might have faced. Obviously, I know I've been connected with you since last more than 9 years. So, it's okay.
8,000.
You know what? So, like today, I don't have any problem or something like that. To be honest, problem because हर दिन सबको ही होते हैं. So I didn't connect with you to decide that this is my problem, this is my solution. We will keep it very long. I'm going to be very sophisticated about my language.
Yeah, no, I mean, you know how we are, so.
Exactly. क्योंकि मीन्स कैसे एकदम हम लोग की खपतगिरी चीज करें और फिर हम लोग भगवान के पास जाए या मैं आपके पास हमारे घर को सोल्यूशन हो, नहीं होता. Everything is very different. Last time when I had a call with you with respect to map of soul, that time I was like in a very absolutely diverse, some kind of a lot of good position financially, as well as lot of problems and all. But now, after almost a year, obviously problems and all तो थोड़ी बहुत persist करती है. That time I was in a huge debt. Then I cleared all that debt. Then now I'm in a debt. Then obviously again I'm going to clear. It's not like that. We have to learn our lessons and we have to move ahead. But the transformation which has happened with respect to like praying and all, my whole timeline has been shifted. I have woken up like I say, हिला के उठाया गया है.
I had asked you to go to a particular deity. I had asked you to.
I own a Ganesh, but I did that mostly also. Like I'll just show you. Like मैंने बोला था टीम को, अब वो शायद अर्जुन को ही सच डाला था मैंने वो पेमेंट के इस पे. I don't know लगता है नहीं अभी. So I made that idol and all. And especially after the last 4 or 5 months, or last 2-3 months, I've just lost interest in whatever this thing is and whatever this bullshit people do. ये भगवान वो भगवान, I just fuck it guys.
Yeah.
Just chill, just look within something.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. I just want that we should keep our conversations very deep, like whatever it comes and all. And also Freeman helping, I had inquired about what we say the in-person coaching, beyond coaching thing.
Okay.
Because why, like I see at the end on surface level, I don't want to classify like people. Some people are like this, some people are like that. But there is some kind of a filter. Finance or certain amount brings certain kind of a filter, so that for you also it becomes like, okay, fine, at this level of mindset I can go ahead with this person. The person who is busy doing some kind of what we say breaths and all, you can't be going all in with him. And probably he won't be able to absorb also. I probably don't know कि कौन किसका क्या कितने लेवल के टाइमलाइन पे कौन कितना आगे चल रहा है. बट ऑब्वियसली फाइनेंस एक फिल्टर होता है और वो होना चाहिए ताकि तुमको एक चेक पॉइंट मिले कि हाँ ये बंदे के साथ आई कैन गो अहेड, और एटलीस्ट ही हैज दैट कैपेबिलिटी टू एब्जॉर्ब एटलीस्ट 5% if I give 100%. So that's the thing. And one thing why like I'm opting for beyond coaching is, see, at the end we as humans, we don't know what fucking life is. And after every day we are exploring a new thing. But yes, the number one thing of going beyond coaching is whatever work I have learned from you. Apart from that, whatever work I have done individually, and I think like I should go beyond these things, more beyond this religion stuff, more beyond this relations, or whatever the shit which is shown to us. Very bad, very bad things like that. तो I was like कि आज ऐसी बात करते हैं अच्छे से.
You know, like I had told you, like I was doing some pizza thing, food truck वगैरह डाला था.
Yeah.
So food truck तो बंद हो गया, वही टाइम पे लॉस हो गया उसमें, and I was like almost like bankruptcy का सीन था, but still I managed to take a place. Just a second, where is that? हाँ, manage a place and just to manage to take a rent a place. रेंट भरने के भी पैसे नहीं थे, पता नहीं था धंधा अभी कैसे करूंगा 4-5 महीना. दिस इज वन ऑफ माई गोल्ड चेन एंड एक रिंग है ये मैंने गिरवी विरवी रखा था. तो 5-6 महीने फुकट का रेंट भरा. फिर अचानक से पैसे आए मेरे पास डैडी के थ्रू. फिर कैफ़े भी बनाया. अभी कैफ़े चल भी रहा है, लेकिन कैफ़े भी थोड़ा लेवल पे है थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि एट द एंड इट्स आर बेबी को दूध लगता है हमेशा. तो मैं दूध प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पा रहा, वो कैफ़े को पंपिंग नहीं कर पा रहा बिकॉज अदर लेवल के रिस्क है. सो क्या हो गया था फाइनेंशियली, probably I was from, like I'll mention the number to you. It's nothing, I don't have like anything. I was like पे था, 0 पे आया. फिर से पे गया मैं फरवरी में, ये मंथ के फरवरी में. तो 0 से 2 की जो जर्नी थी वो इतनी हॉरिबल थी, फिर से पहुंचा. और फिर से अभी शायद मैं I guess I am about to get again, but that's okay. I will manage to recover it because I know होगा and I have that in me. But exact क्या होता है ये टाइम पे, आप ना finance, it's like an oxygen. It's not very important. It can't make me happy. It can just give me comfort and it can just give me access to some kind of information. That's it. It can do. Finance has no more role in probably in my life. I look finance as an oxygen. तो क्या हो रहा है, अभी मैं ऑक्सीजन डिप्लीटेड हूँ एंड मेरे ऑक्सीजन डिप्लीटेड की वजह से मेरी पार्टनर भी ब्रीथ नहीं कर पा रही है.
Okay.
And I am radiating a very not a good energy from within because I am not able to breathe.
Okay.
Whenever I am breathing, I have finances, my finances are sorted and fine. Okay, now I am good. That's the time I usually breathe very nicely and I radiate too much amount of positivity around. But as this position, when I'm not able to breathe, it's hell difficult to radiate positivity इतनी अच्छे से. Means obviously I'm positive, very optimistic, but it's just that किसी का थोड़ा सा भी किसी ने कांड किया ना तो बहुत mindset खराब हो जाता है, So all of that, and I've been reading a lot about and studying a lot about what is coming by 2028, 2030. This all bullshit which they are planning and everything of that sort, whatever it is happening, that's horrendous. And somewhere I know, like, if we are getting that information, like if I am encoding that information through light and that information is coming through me, so probably there is a reason that I have to save myself and people around me, whoever wants to get saved. I can't force anyone to you come with me, they are doing this, we have to do this, we have to go here, we have to do that. This currency is not going to be a currency, the value is going to shift in a very different way and all. Like finance part wise also I'm studying, and things are for people like us, things are pretty beautiful in coming time, I feel. But it's just that when you are not breathing nicely or financially you're not breathing properly, that's the time you usually your mindset just differs. So that's the thing which is happening overall. Like seeing money, like seeing around one in your bank, and then at this moment you're just having like 4,000 in your bank. Then again you see, then again you get down. It's mentally exhausting, it's mentally exhausting.
Yeah. But actually, the funny thing is that what I have noticed for people like on our kind of path, All right.
Yeah.
I've noticed that sooner or later, like in terms of the amount of weight it carries in our consciousness, the weight disappears. It's not that the factor disappears, that in life these are the different factors. All right. So the factor doesn't disappear, but basically the weight of that factor for people like us on our journey, because, and the number one thing, the number one way to measure that is that when you had 4,000 and when you had, I know, having spoken to you and having seen you in the sessions and all, I know that somebody like you, your behavior would not have changed as a human being.
No, it wouldn't have changed.
All right. So I was in situations, I think in 2023 or whatever, and I didn't even know that that was the situation of my money. I didn't even have 200 bucks. I couldn't pay for a coffee, basically. So, but the thing is that since I was in 2023, like I had again a sudden, like I get these massive quantum leaps within my own existence, which I'm not able to understand until quite some time passes by. And I remember that I was anyways very light that year, and I was actually lost in wonder. So in the mornings I used to go very early because unfortunately I was in a city at that time. And I would go very early at 6:30 to a cafe, and I would sit outside and I would look at a tree for 3 hours, you know. So I was totally lost in wonder. And the thing is, I still got the coffee because the thing is, just because I'm the same with every human being normally everywhere,
Yeah.
unless somebody is like just radiating too much of the wrong stuff on purpose.
Negativity. Yeah. True.
So I mean, they were like, sir, it doesn't matter because like for you, we can just give you a coffee every single day because I used to be the first person there. I just used to wish them, even though, they were anyway supposed to serve me and other people don't really treat them that well. So I had a relation just like how I have with you guys. I think 2 months ago, I put a requesting donations, and I got so many donations that till now I think my expenses are run based on those donations.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that was insane. Actually, that was quite insane. That and I realized that okay, so because for me also on my journey, you spoke about the eighth house. It's very funny you spoke about the eighth house because I'll tell you what just happened recently in the first.
Because you are the person who puts light on that eighth house. There is no one around who does this kind of work, who is putting light on anyone's eighth house. And that's absolutely soothing for a person mentally.
Yeah, I'll come to the eighth house. So what ended up happening was that I think for us, like whether we even have 40 bucks or not, because there are times where I have driven, in a luxury vehicle on the road, but like I don't have the money to eat food on the way. I've lived,
What the is this?
yeah, I've lived this kind of stuff, and the thing is that neither is the luxury vehicle a luxury vehicle for me, and neither does food matter, because in the past
Okay.
1.5 years, many times I've gone three days without food because of the internal states which I was experiencing. And the car for me was something like which I'm supposed to look after, and that car came in my life to take me to certain places because I think whatever piece of metal that is that made that car and the energy it carries, because in a car the metal part, see, Mars and Saturn together, they end up making mechanical engineering structural things which work. Saturn being something which gives it solidity and structure like metal, and the engine, being the Martian aspect which uses combustion to propel motion. So I definitely had a lot to do with this particular set of atoms and molecules which have built that car, because it has taken me to places where I have driven like 5,000 kilometers in 10 days. All right.
Great.
And I don't put any of this on social media, but whenever, if we ever meet, I share now like my pictures and my own personal stories. I share with people in person, basically, and the beauty is of a very different level. And then I crave to share more of that, obviously, but not in the online stuff. And so I don't think it makes a difference to us. And I don't remember your chart. I can still open it and see it, but I think for you, like, money wasn't a problem in the long run. So I don't even think you should stress much about that. Right now, the thing is that, but we can open the chart to just have some fun over there. But let's come to the eighth house, because you were mentioning beyond coaching. So I've just finished. That's why I wasn't coaching for a long time. I just finished a Beyond assignment, and I
It takes a
finished.
lot, yeah.
Sorry.
It takes a lot from your end in
Oh, you have no
person.
idea. So I just finished a Beyond assignment, and the thing is that it's a very young guy. I did this one in India. All right, I just finished it literally 3 or 4 days ago. And you mentioned the eighth house. So this is a very young fellow, and he came with a lot of faith, which is something which I respect a lot, because the things I have to teach, they are very intense. All right, which he experienced because he's still not fine with the amount that has entered his system. So what ended up happening is that he has a very heavy, I wouldn't say eighth house, he has a very heavy eighth sign. All right, the sign of Scorpio for him is loaded, and just like I think I told you, he's another soul who I, with my limited knowledge and in my humble opinion, I think you people are going to go very far on a spiritual path. All right, and I actually want that to happen so that I can ask questions to somebody in the future.
I
All right.
know, I agree.
So I remember you being one of those charts. I remember him because I can see a lot of past life stuff in that related to sadhana, and then his also is like a very loaded chart. So the thing is, now the eighth house is also the house of awakenings of different kind of hidden abilities or insights into darkness, because the house deals with darkness, right? So that is why I also thought that even though I have taught men so much about dating and femininity and sexuality and masculinity and all of these things, that actually until somebody opens up their own eighth house or has a good understanding of the eighth house, like I was always trying to make everyone whatever I could to the best of my ability so that they could experience womanhood in the most beautiful way, so that they could experience the game of attraction in the most divine way. All right, so that they could experience, like long back in Hindi, in my videos, I've said some statements like, I see God in that particular hole and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's still true for me till today. Only now I don't see them that much. But the thing is that it's still true.
Right.
And it's still true. And the thing is that I realized, and all of these realizations are happening in the past 1 year, starting with my own students who had within my own team, that I was making a massive mistake in trying to teach everyone everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Whereas their vessel is only limited. They can't hold only that.
Yeah, and that's fine, because everyone is supposed to reach a stage at a different pace in their life, and there is no hierarchy in this, because
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
the flow of consciousness, it's not fire. We have to remember that it's not fire that is only trying to go straight up. All right, it's water. Consciousness is water, in my opinion. Again, limited knowledge, but for me,
Right.
I've understood consciousness as water, and not water in the way we understand water, but in a lot of different ways, some of which obviously with my conversation with Veda Austin shows some of that stuff, but then my own research and my own understanding of combining Rigvedic deities with combining modern research into a lot of scientific areas, and then my own personal relationship with water, that I've started to understand that, of course, consciousness, if I have to give it an element, of course, it can manipulate and materialize through every element, but if I had to give it a primary element, I would give it water. And then my foray into Jyotish as well would support that, because the 12th house, where you want to merge with ultimate consciousness, is also water. It's a watery sign, right?
Absolutely, Pisces.
So, why was I speaking about water?
Consciousness.
Yeah.
It can't, like consciousness can't travel like a fire. It can always travel like a water.
Yeah, so basically it has to be very fluidic, all right? Because, and that's what like studying certain deities helped me understand, because it has to be very fluidic. Now the thing is, Scorpio, Cancer and Pisces, all of those are very obviously watery signs, right? So, and they're also called the moksha trikona. All right.
Yes. Yes.
So water moksha again is connected, and then you start going deeper into understanding this, because you mentioned the eighth house, and the eighth house I think is the most complicated to understand, simply because there is no light. The 12th, everyone still experiences on a daily basis via sleep. All right. The 4th, everyone's been experiencing since childhood, whether the mother situation was there or not there or whatever. But like the 4th is just everyday daily nourishment. You can't live without it. It's the moon.
Nature gives you that. Yeah,
And nature gives you that, exactly. The 8th, nature doesn't give it to you. You have to dig. All right, and you have to go underneath. So
You have to go in your own darkness, and that's
yeah. So this young man, he came through, and he just had one coaching with me 1 month, 1.5 months ago, and then straight away he came for 5 days of Beyond. And my God, like you mentioned the 8th house, that's why I started laughing at the beginning of the call, because in 3 days, I was done with him. In the sense, obviously our sessions were going on, they were very intense, but on the second session of the third day, I realized that the reason why consciousness had sent him to me, or God had sent him to me, or what he was coming to me for without even knowing what he was coming to me for, that thing happened, and that unlocked, and that was a very surreal experience for him as well as for me, because that particular set of questions he had for himself, especially related to the heart area, like I realized that okay, I am not the one who's supposed to teach him that. Okay, I realized that I was the key through which there's a force within him which got unlocked, and it has now become consciousness awareness, and he communicates now with that. All right. So, and that is a force which someone like me has to respect, simply because that force comes from a particular place which is way more ancient than us as human beings, and it is very, very mystical, and it's actually very misunderstood. Most people don't understand that particular set of races, basically, and that set of species, let's say. So
probably the extraterrestrial or someone different than humans or something like that.
So I mean, you can call extraterrestrial in a way, but not in the traditional sense, like the way our normal perception of extraterrestrial is, because the truth is that they are more terrestrial than us. This particular set, which opened up in him,
Yes.
and the day that happened, I realized that okay, like that was why he was here. Even though he didn't know it, I didn't know it. All right.
Absolutely.
It happened as a byproduct of me doing what I do in Beyond in the most natural flow. And that day I struggled a lot, because that is the one question which I knew was one of his major pain points in life. Because wherever there's a lot of Scorpio, there is pain. All right. There is pain. Even if that Scorpio is well posited, but even if there is no actual event which has pain attached to it, the thing with the sign of Scorpio is that if you did get a heavy one, and in this life, even if that is making you a king, because ultimately Ketu is a co-ruler, right? And Ketu is the height, or like hidden stuff. So
Dwaja. True.
So even without doing anything, you might get inheritance if that is being shown, and you are sorted in life. So the thing is that what was I saying? Why did I?
The unlocking of his some kind of the mystical force which he unlocked.
So many times the pain for Scorpio is not like from this lifetime, and that is why if somebody has a very heavy Scorpio, there are invisible fears which a person has, insecurity, paranoia, and the ability to trust someone it's a thing which they practice very rarely. It's very tough for them.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. Means it's what happens in between that, like life has made them realize so much that I am not with you, or people around there, or the energy around whatever that person is surrounding, nature, whatever we call it, that has made him realize that I'm not there for you. So you be there for yourself only. So that what also makes us be like, अरे कोई हेल्प करने आ रहा है या कुछ हो रहा है तो कुछ गलत हो रहा है. No, I am going to hold my guards, and I am going to be like that.
Yeah. So for him, like when this thing got unlocked, and both of us just shut up after that. All right, because anyways, that day, because these last few days of June have been very intense energetically, and then what ended up happening is that the day this happened, like I was trying very hard that day. All right, and the thing is, because of the way we do beyond, we don't necessarily sit in hotels and shit. We just sit on the freaking ground. All right,
Yeah, absolutely.
and we do it like that.
Yeah.
So we had the support of Bhu Devi with us, and because we were talking about the heart, and because of everything I know which is going on with the source femininity right now, like the divine feminine, I was struggling a lot because the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to understand where his feminine side is as of today, which again, for a very Scorpio oriented person, it's very tough for me to find, because in order to teach a person in the way I think is best suited for them, I need to understand where they are first. All right. So that session went in going incredibly deep into certain things in order to understand where he is, because then I was going to prepare my syllabus for him. So at the start of Beyond, a syllabus is made, and then with each session, the syllabus of that particular new day is created. Namaste. So I had to create that. So I ended up understanding his situation. All right. And when I ended up understanding his situation, by that time, it was exhausting, and it was already, I think, 3.5 hours or something. And then suddenly, because we were connected to the earth, there was guidance from the earth, which I was feeling. So we both decided to follow that guidance. I narrated to him what I want him to do. I also remained side by side with him. And then by the end of that day, we felt a lot of things happen within us. And then this thing woke up in him, and he just started telling me what happened. And when he told me about what happened, I shut up. I shut up straight away, because I straight away had a lot of respect for what had happened. All right. And I was incredibly amazed that the phenomena which happened in my presence. So I realized that that force within him decided to show itself to him when he would be with me. Now, why that was important, in the next few sessions we understood, and they were there in those sessions, and they were actually agreeing with this. The thing is, because most people misunderstand these creatures, they misunderstand and get scared of them. This particular set, that I realized it's either that if it would have happened straight away for him, all right, he could have been very scared, all right, and he might have reacted in the wrong way. So I was there as a containment, literally like the feminine. I was used as the feminine container for that seed to germinate within him. Okay. So
and to hold him.
Yeah. So this was one possible reason which I thought. The other possible reason I thought was because the aftermath of that happening, first is the experience which the person would have just had with themselves, which could have been scary.
Absolutely.
And could have made a person go mad, freaky, etc. The other thing was that this could have been, the aftermath could have been that then he runs to the doctor, runs to the parents, runs there, and then the whole...
And bloody those medicines, bullshit.
Yeah. Medicine's one thing, and the perception of people would, take it in a totally different way.
Yes.
Yeah, and that could actually have been harmful to that force also within him. And then there was one more reason which I thought, the third reason which I thought was that I thought that that particular creature felt comfortable finally making itself visible to him in my presence, because first of all, they have intuitive wisdom. All right. So that particular thing knew that I have a very limited understanding of them, and that in that safety they'll be able to come out, because otherwise...
And those creatures and those energies, they are way 100x ahead than us.
Yes, that is why I shut up, because as soon as that happened, and the place in his body where that phenomena happened, I realized that I tried very hard to understand the situation, because every day we did some really intense topics. So I tried very hard to understand. Finally, I understood. Then, in order to help him out, that job was already done with the support of Ma under us, Bhudevi under us, and because they actually live under Bhudevi, so they came out and they, showed themselves as well. So I was like, wow. And that's why the next day, he had 2 full days still remaining, 4 sessions, all right? And by that time, we were not doing 2 sessions per day because like his mind, he was saying my mind is getting
Exhausted.
blasted, not even blown. My mind is getting blasted. My understanding of everything is changing. So for him, it was too much. For me, because of what I'm going through otherwise, outside of beyond.
Apart from that,
with the waves of spirit, like for me also, it was a lot. So we were doing 1 month. So the next time I told him that, you know what, like I realized that the work that was supposed to happen through me for you has actually happened. Yes, we have some syllabus remaining. Yes, I know you have questions. Yes, I know this is because the next day he was totally different as a human being.
Crazy.
So, not in a good way. He was experiencing it in a very good way because what happens is, I wish I had brought that notebook. I would have shown you a diagram, which I had used to, explain to him. So, like, just imagine that this is ground zero. This is Earth. All right. You are here, I am here, he is here, our parents are here, a saint is also here, prostitute is also here,
everyone is same plane.
Okay. This is the Brahmanda on top of us.
Yes.
All right. The gold
the
gumbas,
quarantine.
The gold gumbas I mentioned, or you can call it all of existence. All right.
Yes.
So what happens is that from the ground level, when the 8th house gets unlocked for somebody, all right, via sexual experiences, via kundalini, via some occult insight, etc.
Yes.
The first few times it happens, the person goes into a state of power, all right, and into a state of nasha, literally. It's like a trip, all right, because what happens is, all of a sudden, you are here because, the force bursts through you from below to up, and then you end up feeling like literally you're above everything else, including yourself, and then you're able to see everything downwards, all the other people. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Now, this is the Brahmanda. Earlier, when you were here and when you're on this journey, you're respecting and appreciating all of this.
You used to be like this.
Yeah. Now that you've shot up, all of a sudden, all of this, you will catch yourself calling them, these people are idiots, this, that, I myself did that. You will call yourself coming from a place of ego because the power is so real, and it's actually real. The thing is that with that new power, the next test of judgment or the next trap is the ego. Because then this is still one mistake which is okay, all of us make it. The other mistake is that, okay, when you're at ground zero, you're seeing the entire Brahmanda from zero. So you appreciate 100% of the Brahmanda from 0 to 100. Okay?
Yes.
When you come up, your eye level becomes this in the Brahmanda. So a little part of that curve is cut out. And then what happens is, with creation itself, you start thinking that this part of creation is not good enough for me. Do you get it?
Yes,
I wish.
yes. No. I absolutely recognize this. There is this here we come above and we look these things downwards. कि यार ये नहीं है मेरे लिए. ये बराबर नहीं है यार. Now, these people are idiots. These people don't know anything.
The next day, he was as if he's gone through such experiences that now all of a sudden he's a know-it-all person, this, that, etc. And all I'm seeing in him is, certain shadows of my own, as well as like, very clearly I could see what is happening with him. So the next day, because the thing got unlocked, right? So suddenly there was brand new insight, brand new intuition, brand new lot of things. So that is fine. The problem
just like what you say, ejaculation, zoop.
Yeah. The problem is, your physical body, your mind, everything doesn't change as fast as the unlocking of these energies.
So it becomes very difficult for us to catch with that.
So the next day, his radio transmitter of consciousness is not operating from ground zero. It's operating from an elevated standpoint. But everything that is being received as a signal is then being processed via the old mental filter and via the old physical filter. The mental and the physical filter also needs time to upgrade, and they don't upgrade that fast.
To catch up with that.
And they don't upgrade that fast. This is what I have to teach in Waves of Spirit Part 2, especially with what is happening right now. Next day, I listened to him for 2.5 hours. Okay, go on, and he was vibrating with the energy. He couldn't sit still because he was in a euphoric state since the day before. Completely fine. Neither of us were trying for this to happen. This happened because I realized. Because what happened is that day, when I shut up, I was also extremely exhausted, all right?
Absolutely.
And the rest of the day, I was having my own intuition blasts. And then I opened up his chart because I just remembered one thing. I remembered, because I don't use just one thing, right, when I'm teaching. Like, I use a lot of different things. And because this was not about Jyotish, this was beyond, in which, we were talking about other things. But then, because I had when he had come to me for coaching, he had come for Jyotish only. Alright, so I remembered his chart and I was like, isn't this his particular placement? And then I was like, okay, I wanted to go to a deeper level detail about that placement, which came to me as intuition because I didn't realize how this incident happened that day. And I was trying to get a massage so that my own energy gets distributed through the body because I was like, my jaws have been clenching for over a month now. Alright, and with the waves which are taking place, the waves of spirit, what they're doing is, for every human being, they are affecting a different energetic center. So the team member you've spoken to, for him, it affects a lot in the solar plexus. All right. For me, it affects a lot in the crown. All right. And the throat. Some other people also, it affects a lot in the throat, etc. So,
for me, in the pelvic region.
Yes, the sacral area. Yes, 100%. I get it. And that is why. So, just look at
and this is not, then whatever it is happening for pelvic, this is not because I do insane exercises. I know how much. It's not because of exercises.
And guess what? The sacral place, all right, like the lower, those energetic centers are to do with survival. Okay? And the physical reality in your life right now is also going through
survival,
ups and downs in the energetic way in the physical world. And the waves are hitting you at that energetic center, all right, to change your programming for it. That is why from the beginning of the call, you're telling me that 1 year ago when we spoke versus today, like everything is so drastically different. Okay? Because the waves are doing their job whether we know it or not.
Yeah.
And they're doing their job at levels which, I mean, I can't wait to do that session because, I mean, I can't tell you, but anyway, that's a different challenge. I'll tell you later. So, talking about the 8th house, that explosion happened. He came up. He's looking at everything from a downward side, which makes us think that now we are up, everything else is down. And creation also, this much of the creation is down. You think that this is also below you. This is the big mistake. When stuff happened with me a few years ago, like I didn't have anyone to tell me this, and I didn't have exactly in this way. For me, it was in a different way. But I was like, I'm listening to him. Yeah, I'm listening to him for 2.5, 3 hours. I'm seeing everything. I'm listening to everything. That day, and again, I'm not saying anything bad about him. He's a young boy. I love him literally because I love the faith with which he came to learn.
He came, yeah.
All right. Now, what ended up happening was that on that day, that session, he was being the teacher. All right. And I have no problem because I'm willing to learn from anything, like an ant as well.
Just a 2-year-old boy. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything, right? Because magic happens anywhere. The hidden world is actually everywhere. All right. It's in the space between me and this laptop. And it is the space within which I was Prakat and this was Prakat, within which we were born. So I'm listening to him be all cocky, be all like, I'm going to do beyond to you today. And he's like, now you're beyond this. All right. And in a fun way and with respect, because he was touching my feet in between and I was telling him, please don't do that. But basically,
right.
2.5 hours I listened to him. Then after that, 2 hours I spoke. And all he had in those 2 hours, again and again, were tears. Because I was so scared that this boy, because it's happening for him at a young age, if he ends up with this going to his head, he will suffer very badly. I don't know.
And he will make others also suffer very badly with it.
Exactly, right? So the thing is, I had to make sure, and like, if I can't show you the email because it has the name, but literally, he reached back to his place And the next day he sent an email, sir, a lot of things are happening. I want to book a coaching session. Like he wanted to speak again. All right. Because I stopped the beyond. Like there were 4 more sessions. I said my work is done, but he wanted to learn certain things and clarify. So I did, I think we had 3 sessions left, and then I did 2 more. And then I already sent him money back for the last 2 sessions, but then we realized that, okay, no, it's only 1 session which was not done. So yesterday he sent some money back, etc. But basically, I wanted to make sure that this boy, with this new ability inside him,
Yes.
doesn't end up doing the shadow side of the 8th house with everyone else. Why?
Yes.
Because if you have a heavy 8th house, either genetically or karmically or from the past life or in this life, you have pain stored inside you. Because of that pain, you're insecure, you're anxious, you have inexplicable paranoia, etc. All fine. But the thing is, and there's a secret behind this also. The thing is, when you finally get that power from the 8th house, you end up inflicting your pain in a shadow method on everyone else. Okay. Now, the thing is, that actually leads to a very bad outcome. So what I wanted was, I didn't want that his 8th house becomes activated with this which has happened in him, and that the water doesn't get cleaned, because the 8th house is dirty water or
Black water. Yeah.
you can't see.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that those waters of consciousness for him are crystal clear, so that he remains humble in front of this power, because otherwise that same power will lead to his destruction. Okay.
Right.
So then the 2 hours I spoke, he was in tears, he realized a lot of things, he was apologizing. I was like, you don't apologize. And one thing which happened was, what did I say? That suddenly your insight, your intuition, everything increases, but that is the antenna. But the thing is, to process that, then you use the mind, and then to enact that, you use the body. So if the mind and the body are in the previous setting, the old software, the old firmware, but all of a sudden you're getting a new 6G, 7G signal in your consciousness band, the thing is,
system will crash.
Your interpretation of it becomes wrong.
Very wrong. Huh?
Right. So he had certain feelings for me, which he expressed that day. And I was very happy that he expressed, because a Scorpio person never expresses. So those feelings in his perception, and he was like, I could be wrong, I just felt this, and he was in tears while telling me this. I was like, please tell. He thought that in one way, I did not care for him in one particular example. And I was very happy that he's saying that. I knew it was against me, but I was very happy that he was saying that, because at least that is another thing which happened, that he as a person began to express. All right. Because Scorpio, why is the water black? Because it never gets released. It never gets flushed out.
Yeah.
All right. So I told him, I'm very happy you did this. And then the thing is, actually, the way he thought that I'm not caring for him, I had, before even this came to his mind, and before the day of that incident, because of that small incident, he thought this. Before that, hours before that, I had already sent a message to the team person to sort this problem out for him, which even he did not know is going to come. So when I showed him that message, he couldn't believe it. And then I was like, you see, this is the trap. Because the thing is, you have the new insight, you have the new intuition, but your interpretation mechanism is the old one. And the old one, in your particular case, or in a very scorpionic case, or in a very traumatic, person's life, the filter is, everything is against me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that ended up happening with him. And I was like,
old antenna.
Yeah, I was like, do you realize that the 8th house in Scorpio is like a portal? Okay?
Yes.
And you have to pass through the portal.
Right.
Only when you pass through the portal does the light become visible on the stuff which was stuck inside the portal. So if you take the simple example of Scorpio as the end of the human digestive tract, all right, Taurus being the mouth, Scorpio being the outlet.
Yes.
The thing is, what is rotting inside you, what is compost inside you, what is decomposing inside you, you don't know if it's healthy, if it's unhealthy, etc. until it comes out.
Absolutely.
Which means when light falls on it, which means you have to pass through the portal. Either in the metaphysical world, in the occult world, in the Kundalini world, whatever world, all right, including the digestive world or other worlds. So you have to pass through that portal. Then the light falls. But the thing is, because he didn't understand that only he was suddenly receiving so much extra, bands of consciousness, he did not understand that he has to wait until the mind and the body also catch up.
Catches up, right?
So when you mentioned the start of the call didn't get recorded, I pressed it, but this Zoom also has changed. So now the button. But when you mentioned what were the things which you had said in the start?
See, I absolutely thanked you for existing in a way to put light on the person's eighth house.
Light on the 8th house. And you were talking.
I don't know how this came through me.
Yeah.
I never thought before this call also, I was not in the mindset that I'm going to say this and all. I just erupted.
So what ended up happening was that I understand what you're saying, that I end up doing this, and I very respectfully take all the gratitude which you were showing in the beginning. The thing is, you have no idea how hard this is.
It's more than death. It feels like death is easy.
Yeah.
Because why I feel this death is easy, because since 1 year I have been into this 2-3 times, not getting probably you might be getting some upgrades or some pain through which you find death is easy, but I am getting the fluctuations where I feel like I don't want to live for tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, and means tomorrow is shitty. And after 3 months or 2 months, I am at a point that life is beautiful. I'm like, what the shit? This is extremely excruciating.
So to deal with one's own 8th house, first of all, is incredibly tough, traumatic, makes you come face to face with your own demons in every way. Now, through me, what is happening for certain other people when it comes to how I'm interlinked in working with their 8th house, whether we are doing it via Jyotish or we don't even know, we are doing it simply via a regular coaching conversation,
Just
but the stuff we are talking about,
or probably just a lecture which you take through that.
So it is the most karmic house. All right. If you would ever go to a Jyotish teacher, I have not had the fortune of having one, but if you would ever speak to a Jyotish teacher, they would say that if you see a chart where the 8th house is loaded or the 11th sign is loaded, they both work in different ways, but the main thing is dealing with Rahu and Ketu, right? They say that you leave it alone. They say that you leave it alone and you actually don't do those charts. And especially if the time period also is running for them. So why you don't do this is because that shit is supposed to happen in that person's life. And it's not necessarily bad shit, it could be good shit also. But the thing is, your interference with it will have a direct consequence on you in the immediate world. Instantly. It will have a direct consequence on you, because what you're trying to do is, you're trying to get in the way of the fructification of prarabdha karma. Alright? So basically you have prarabdha, sanchit, kriyaman karma. Sanchit is the overall bank account of your soul's journey's karma. Prarabdha is the fruit which has to fall in this life from the tree. Alright? And kriyaman is what you do with your free will, either as reaction to the prarabdha karma happening. Somebody cheated you, now do you cheat them back? Somebody abused you, now do you abuse them back, etc. Or even otherwise in your life, if you have decent free will, what you do with that. So prarabdha is basically God's work. I mean, all of it is technically God's work, but it's you now coming in saying that I'm a better men's coach than you.
True. But somewhere I obviously God's work, I understand. Instead of God's work, I like to call it the creator's work. I swear. This God is this thing which especially in India, with respect to different level of traditionalities, different level of deities, and a lot level of confusion with respect to whatever we have. We have always been taught to मेरे को दे दो कोई. Just a bhikari, how does he go in front of a deity and mere ko de do? He doesn't see that particular person as his companion or as a friend who is on the journey with him. And
Yeah.
I've been through that. I've also been that भिखारी
Yeah,
कि
yeah,
मेरे
yeah.
को दे दो मैं ये करूंगा ये व्रत bullshit करूंगा. But
Yeah.
you know, and now when I got certain upgrades, or probably I don't know if I've even got an upgrade, but probably some wave of spirit are hitting me. I'm getting that, especially since last September, December 2025. Things I've been more on a lighter, feeling
Yeah,
lighter side.
I think around 16 December or something, I sent a message on Telegram, right? If any of you felt anything last night, because there was
blissful.
yeah, there was one
Something
night where there
blissful.
was an explosion in the heart, basically. All right. So, the thing overall is that when you end up doing that, so see, for me also to do it, like I'm not scared of shit happening to me because I'm quite used to it. All right. The thing is, I want to play in those energies as long as I'm doing that as a servant of the creator.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
I don't want to change the prarabdha or fate of the person. I'm not interested.
Or creation of the creator.
I'm interested in if that prarabdha has to fructify. For this person, there was an awakening of a particular energetic sense. For somebody else, it could be some traumatic loss, etc. How I want to be a facilitator in the process, if I'm brought to connect with such a person, is that I want to do exactly what intuitively hit me, that why those creatures showed themselves to him finally in his life in my presence, was that I want to be there as a facilitator for this to be happening in the right sense, or being understood with the right set of values, or to the best of, again, my ability and consciousness. So in that process, for him, if it had to happen like this, I'm happy that I was chosen to be a key, even though I know it will have some effect on me. But I was happy that because of this, one person will not go crazy with such a thing happening inside them. All right? And their parents will not think that he's become a psychopath. That's one thing. The other thing is, and if it has to be some bad prarabdha, somebody has some bad issue, at least I can help them in understanding pain in the right way. So that is the way in which my intention, I speak about niyat a lot, right? So my niyat remains that. And that is why I have this blind faith in the darkness, in the region of Scorpio. I have that blind faith that if my intention is right, I'm not trying to change the programming of the creator, or
Yes, right.
I'm not trying to change
whatever
that.
bullshit which is happening around us.
Yeah, I'm not trying to change that. I'm just trying to assist in that. And that is why I feel like it's not that something bad will happen to me. In fact, I think finally good stuff is starting to happen to me. And it's almost difficult to say this, but I think
Right.
yeah, in the very recent
Your
past,
system is not aligned to say like
yeah,
this stuff is
I'm not used to that.
Right.
But there are some very beautiful things happening. Obviously, the waves of spirit are a massive reason for that. And the other thing is me not leaving my path.
Yeah.
And I'm still not counting on things suddenly becoming good, but actually it is happening, because suddenly there are inquiries coming in for beyond coaching. There is somebody from Pune also who wants to book. I think yesterday they had a conversation with the team, and this guy wanted to extend. I was like, you need rest. Like, you don't know what the has happened. Like, look at your face, look at how different you've suddenly become, and look at your fluctuations. I don't mind doing more, but you don't understand that actually in the first 2-3 days when we did two sessions in a day, like I was like, we shouldn't even have done that. We should have done one session per day for my health as well as for you to be able to absorb, because we went like in many different directions, right?
Haywired.
Yeah, and so deep that the guy should have time to assimilate, man. You should, like, after you eat food, you need time to digest it. You can't keep stuffing more food in. And you need silence, which is why you need sleep and inactivity, so that that process of digestion can happen, because it's actually one of the most energetically heavy processes for the human body. So that's why it's funny when you mentioned the 8th house, because this whole journey was about that, and it was insane the same way like it's happening for you in the sacral region, because what the waves will help you do, then they will help you get through certain blockages. I don't know where exactly you're having the pain, because it could either have to do with sexuality, or it could have to do with survival. And I think it'll be more to do with survival, simply because of what you're also experiencing in the physical, you know. So
Heavy fluctuations,
yeah.
volatility in life.
Yeah, that's why you'll be having like that kind of pain in, you know, the extremely lower spine area,
Yes, pelvic region behind.
pelvis
Yeah.
especially. Like you'll feel yourself suddenly that your walk is different one day, you know, even after you'll wake up from sleep, one side will feel a little weird, and it's not really a pain, but you know, there's something happening. So
Though I am, like practicing calisthenics, muscle ups, I'm running like 10 kilometers, 8 kilometers, 15 kilometers in a week and all. With that pain only, I'm doing my stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm feeling that uneasiness.
yeah, don't be Martian right now, all right? Like don't be extra hard on yourself with the exercise and the discipline. All right, be Venusian in the sense that whatever you feel like your body would want to do right now in a state of flow, do that. And someday it could be that it just wants to go for a walk. Someday it could be that no matter how strongly I had thought that today I will basically hit the gym.
Do this.
Yeah, but if your body is telling you like shut up and lie down in bed today all day, do that. All right, because there are things happening which again I think this is why I'm scared. I mean, I don't want to use the word scared, but like I can't set a time and date for this particular webinar class, simply because I don't know when the hell the sun is going to ejaculate next on us. All right, so I don't know when the next sudden flare will happen. This will happen, that it'll knock us out, it'll knock people out. All right, and
Time is not that far, but time
yeah,
is not that far with respect to that.
and along with that, like I know
Right,
that
right.
this will also be at least 7-8 hours, and I can't do it. I can't do it with my throat in the last 1 year, the way the throat has been. So I can do it because that is how stupid I am, that I continue, I don't stop. You know, despite people being seeing like exhaustion on my face or this or that. But the thing is that it'll be wiser if we break this particular class into, you know, 2 or 3 different sessions.
Right.
And it's very important. Like I'm feeling the pressure more and more. I've been wanting to do it since Jan or Feb. And because the thing is now, whatever we experienced in March and April was almost suicidal in the second half of March and second half of April. Okay.
It was so bad, bro. So bad. Right from, I'll tell you, date 17th April.
15th, I'll tell you the dates. 15th to 30th of March, 15th to 30th of April.
Wow.
All right. Both the second halves of these 2 months, you would have wanted to kill yourself.
It was so fucked, bro. Like until
Yeah.
till what we say till 4th, 5th of June, till still the effects have been there.
Yeah.
But at least from mid of April, say things have been very, very, very khatarnak.
Very, very khatarnak.
Very khatarnak. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. If you'll watch, they released another recording, What to Do When the Heart Comes Online. That one.
Yes. I've watched half of it.
So in the beginning itself, I know that, you know, that guy also experienced the same waves of spirit from the 15th to the 30th of those 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, because of which he ended up going to a psychiatrist. All right.
Shit, that's.
Yeah.
I felt so sad watching that. I mean, like, if that person is connected with you since long, how can he make the mistake to go to a psychiatrist?
It's okay. It's okay. But you must have heard, right? He was like, okay, I completely got what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
you know, I hope he's on a better course correction path now. So,
Right.
so that is fantastic. So basically, this thing with the 8th house, like it is obviously beautiful because it's also like a house of treasures. You know, it's a house of unearned
but-
income. All right.
But yes, I am facing that too. Like I am receiving what unearned income ही आ रही है ना मुझे. अभी
Yeah.
मेहनत तो कैसे करूं मैं जाके?
Yeah.
Obviously mental training वगैरह कर रहा हूँ, जा रहा है, आ रहा है. But to unlock that, सबके नसीब में नहीं होता वो.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so. Like people are fated or destined to,
go or receive that path, or have a person to show a torch over there. Okay, on this road you have to walk, or like
Yeah.
this you have to walk.
Yeah. So there's something very funny happening with me right now. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there's something very funny happening. So I try to open your chart, and I'm trying to make it visible in a particular way in which I want to check it. And it's not that the software is wrong or that site isn't working, because for all other charts it's working, but just for your chart it's not happening. That's why I'm doing it on the phone now, because I was trying it on the PC in between.
It's probably like Saturn, Jupiter in first and Sun, Ketu in 10th. That might be the chart.
No, I'm not trying to check your actual chart. I'm trying to check some other stuff for which I need to change the view, and it's not happening, both in the phone and that's crazy.
Like you want to keep something in the ascendant, like, then you have to check out.
No, but this is actually crazy. I don't know why the So yeah, I mean, by the way, just in case you are also planning to do beyond, like,
Yes.
I'll just try to say one couple of things. That one is, the process is very clearly written on the site, all right, but we will not do it based on that process. What we'll do is we'll do one session only per day. If we end up doing beyond, we'll do one
Yeah.
session per day, all right, because that itself is too intense. There will be no different charges. The charges thing will not change. The expenses thing will not change. All those settings will remain the same. So if somebody comes for 4 days, and if we are traveling and whatever, then the expenses thing which is there, it will only be taken for the 4 days, even if the program is done over 8 days, because I'm making that decision as a teacher, and it is also because of my own health. So just remember that one thing in case you plan on doing this, because if you will be able to handle it as well as if I'm fine, the main thing is I'm worried about the student, all right, because especially in the last whatever few assignments or whatever, it's been, I mean, like, people actually are getting very shaken up, because the thing is, in beyond, I speak about all those things which I'm not able to speak here, and it's like it's a massive paradigm shift.
Restriction, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't have paradigm shifts, so many stuffed in such a short period of time, because then you don't even understand which paradigm you're finally in, and you need time to be able to adjust and digest that. So yeah, that's there. But even if stuff is like, regardless of that topic, even if stuff is tough in May and April, no, sorry, second half of March and second half of April. In the last few days, again, you would have had energetic ups and downs, but you must be feeling
absolutely.
a silent, continuous feeling of security and bliss inside in your heart in the last few days.
Yes, absolutely.
So don't stress too much. July is also going to be very intense with the waves of spirit. I'm not talking astrology right now. So I would just say, try to do lesser. Try to make sure that you are having enough time for the body to kind of be able to absorb all of this, what is happening, because more is, so anyways, in the invisible world, a lot of stuff is happening. For people like us on our path, we need to shut up and remain in silence to understand that. But the problem is, the test and the lesson is so huge right now that while we have all of that happening in the invisible, in the real physical world, there are next level new incidences happening in our lives every single day, where literally you don't have a moment to sit down. You sit down and something new is coming up. All right, and there's another problem, is that especially in the last freaking 7-8 days, they are broadcasting a lot of negativity If you've seen Invisible Warfare, I've explained what they use. But basically, they're broadcasts because they know that a lot of new light is
Shift
coming.
is coming. Yeah.
A lot of new beautiful
How can
light
we
is
keep
coming.
these people away from that information,
Yeah.
or just engrossed in their own shitty mindset,
Yeah.
so that they are not able to,
Yeah,
process it
I
properly?
wanted to even put it out online and on Telegram on this or that, but I've had no strength because there's nobody looking after me in that sense,
Right,
And I continuously have that intent inside of me that, I hope people don't end up taking medicines. I hope people don't end up thinking that, they're crazy, this, that. So I want to put out one, that 100% they're putting voices in our heads and negativity, etc. I would even do it as a poll for people to publicly see the results, on IG. But yeah, I mean, I still don't have like a proper setup for everything. So like my own comfort is not there, but like it's okay. I'm trying to do what I can.
But one more thing which I wanted to say, like my partner, they at her place, they are lot of this pro Rockefeller doctrine principles. Vaccine, like pro vaccination, pro this. I'm like, what the and I can't wake them up, man.
Don't try to.
I can't even wake my partner up.
Don't try to.
And especially when I'm at my rock bottom, these things surface a lot.
Yeah.
Which probably like can affect the relationship. And the relationship is beautiful. I'm like the girl is beautiful. She is feminine. She is good. Everything is
At
good.
the rock bottom. At the rock bottom, the physical circumstances will change in such a way that you will either have to choose the negative or you will have to choose the higher choice, which is difficult, especially in that state of mind. Okay? So why that happens is because when you're at the rock bottom on that day or in that week, and that is the time when this new conflict or this new situation with actual human beings happens.
Yes, right.
Every time the creator in his divine algorithm is putting two doors in front of you. All right? Door A, door B. And the thing is that it's very hard what is happening right now because all of us are making the choice between those two doors based on old patterns. So we are falling more into conflict and emotional disturbance. Whereas the truth is, and it's very tough. It's very tough. Actually, it's very tough. I myself am struggling a lot with that. But the thing is that so you made an observation, and this is very important that you make the right observation. So you made an observation that at my rock bottom, this shit happens. All right, this conflict of understanding, this totally two opposing worldviews, whether it's with your partner or anyone. All right, you will find this split in the timeline occurring at a very emotionally sensitive moment.
Yeah.
Okay, now
when we are very fragile within.
Now, why that happens at that time is because the choice you will make will either continue the patterns with which we've been born and keep reinforcing the negativity because it will not get solved. The same argument or something else or the same kind of situation with a different face will end up coming after a week, 10 days again. Okay? But in that emotional, highly charged and sensitive point, if you end up choosing the different door than the one you always choose, a lot of things about your life will become easier and clearer by doing less because the waves are coming for that. So, let's say I have a business partner. We have let's say I'm understanding natural health, natural medicine, which is food and nature and all of this. And that person gets a headache, goes to take a Disprin. Okay?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So, we are only there for business. All right? But us who are able to see the new earth, feel it inside us, and we are conductors through which that energy is getting grounded into the new earth, we have a lot of love and compassion and we want to bring everyone along. Okay. So what we end up doing is we end up trying to help them learn or understand a lot of things which we also used to believe in before.
Yes.
So imagine if I start telling the guy not to take the discipline, etc. That is one door I can choose. Every time I have done that, that person will never receive it in the right way. They will think I'm trying to change them. They will get scared of losing their old ways, etc.
Yes.
And this will lead to an amplification of negativity. So you chose, let's say, door A, in which you ended up putting more effort and you end up getting a negative result. The waves of spirit are coming to make us live our lives as light. Okay?
Yes, yes, right.
And as light, we are supposed to shine through. We are not supposed to, as a ray of light, touch the other human being, ask him, you turn and you also walk this way with me. No. If our shine is going to get stronger, I've explained in the law of light, if our shine is going to get stronger, there will be a day when they will naturally learn what you are putting so much effort in helping them understand. Simple case in point, that all of a sudden,
And probably I think in my relationship it has
simple case in point, as an example for this thing. A lot of people in India suddenly started talking about the vaccine and its effects.
which you used to tell when 6-7 years back.
Okay, so if today also I was putting that much effort, I would continuously get negative effects.
Yes, that's true.
All right. But the thing is, light coming from source is going to do its job. So if my business partner is supposed to be part of that new earth, I don't have to work very hard to help them. I have to work lesser on them. I have to continue my own containment, absorption, and embodiment of light. And my shine will automatically influence them.
Right.
Okay. So I could choose that door with my business partner, or I could be in the other one where I just listen to them. I feel that urge rise inside me to tell them, to teach them, to help them understand that no, this will lead you into pain, and this is where even I used to be. We are trying to do it out of our best interest. They receive it in their worst interest.
Yeah.
All right. All of us are experiencing this within families, within people, all of this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And complete fucking waste. And it's like a break on the process which the waves are trying to do for us. Okay? That is why in the second half of March and April, we experienced a lot of pain from our circumstances, because since July, the waves were giving us opportunities to change the pattern, choose the other door. We did not. All right. And that is why they had to come at that level of intensity, because they had to clear out that shit from us. And that is why now you're feeling that bliss inside at a very low volume, but continuously there, and as if nothing can make it move. Whether the cows are there or not, whether the partner is there or not, whether anything else is there or not. All right. So that light is going to do its job. And what ends up happening is that when you choose the other door, you will watch all of them do their shit. The people you are really trying hard to protect, serve, save, you will see them do that shit anyway.
Yeah.
All you do is hold that urge when it comes up. Don't give in to that urge of trying to change their path. All right? Let them do what they're doing. And for you, there will be more lightness, more ease. And even for these people for whom you're having love, your love will fructify without effort and action needed in the physical world.
Right.
Which people are not realizing that the force of love is so strong, it is even working when we go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay?
So
It is
so
working
right.
even when, let's say, there's somebody, you're in love with, you saw them once in your life, you've never seen them again, it's been 10 years, you love them, they love you. Even if right now you're talking to me, there is one layer of your existence or your field, which I think I explained in Waves of Spirit, that has a permanent connection and a place for them.
Mm.
All right. And we must learn to trust the feminine, which is everything invisible about our existence, with these waves of spirit,
Yes.
because they are coming for a particular reason. That even when you're not taking physical action, if you have pure love, you are working for them. Only you are not consciously aware of it. You're
Yes.
working
Right.
kind of
Right.
in the
Right.
quantum world, basically. All right.
So true.
So we can't help or we can't change like who is getting the waves of spirit and who is not. We can't.
That's not in our hand, true.
All right. The thing is, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought there'll be lesser people, like long back I said the world will divide into two. I thought there'll be lesser people on the organic timeline and in conjunction with the Earth's natural process. Because if you've seen Waves of Spirit and I explained about the Earth's heartbeat, so
Chuman.
it has changed now. It has jumped. The regular pattern is above 40 hertz. All right, which is insane. Like this was shit I was talking and teaching about, and I still can't believe that it actually happened. It's actually magic, and it's miraculous what is happening right now. So I myself would like to bring the whole world onto the organic timeline.
Yeah.
I can't decide that. I can't change it. One thing which is happening is a lot of us who are on this path, on this exploration since the past 8-9 years,
Yes.
for us, that portal opened in 2019, especially 2012 for a lot of people. For most of the rest of humanity, including the vaccinated, that thing is beginning now. You
Yes.
will notice
Right.
it in your families, you will
Absolutely.
notice it in your friends.
Yes. Yes.
You will see
Yes.
them now start go through stuff which, if you were on this path from before, not as a race, but that was what happened with your soul. What you were going through in 2018, 2019, you will experience these people go through it now.
Yeah.
So you have to trust Prakriti and Purush to do their thing with them. And if you are holding the love in your heart, it will help them out. But if you try to directly intervene, it's not possible right now, because the thing is that simply because of the natural process happening with them right now, if this is beginning with them what began with us in 2018-19,
Yes.
that itself is too much for them to take. And it is creating different identities inside them which are now conflicting.
Then
Now you come in as an external guy trying to,
shake them. Yeah. And the thing is that we are ready to
the
dissolve
number
and
one,
burn our
the
identities.
number one reaction they give is like, I can't take more, don't push me,
No,
don't.
no, don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. This is wrong. This is no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Including
You're
if they are
brainwashing.
70 years old or if they are 7 years old, it doesn't matter.
7-year-old. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And for us, why it becomes easy to adapt to whatever the organic thing is, it's like we are ready to dissolve our identities next day or next hour. If someone tells me you are shit in this, we are ready to accept and we are ready to mold. Gathering the evidential things for that.
Yeah.
But for these people and mostly Indians, we as Indians, we have identity crisis, where it's like you need some identity, and if you are pulling that identity, then you'll be like, no, you are wrong. I am a doctor, I am a engineer, I'm a lawyer. This identity crisis in India. So
Yeah.
and for us,
like people like us, we are ready to accept, हाँ भाई मैं हूँ, अच्छा और बता मैं कैसे प्रोग्रेस कर सकता हूँ. So that this is also the thing which plays. That's the reason it's pretty difficult in Indians, like what is happening around, which is like in our atmosphere, in our day-to-day lives, on the roads, what we see. Like it feels like no one can wake them up. No one. And no one can help.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, don't take that responsibility upon yourself.
Yeah, right. True.
Okay. And I want to see your chart properly, man. For
You want my details or what?
no, I
Date of
have it
birth.
saved in this thing, but the way I want to see it is still not doing it. That this is why the is this happening? 1 second.
Try it on this desktop.
I did it on the desktop. I experienced it there continuously. I checked other charts. There I'm not experiencing. Then I opened the phone.
Fuck.
Okay, so it's completely working fine with every chart. Only when I'm going to yours, this is f***ing weird. But you tell me if there's any thoughts or any questions you want to ask. Chart thing, I just want to see myself. But if you have anything to check from the chart, we can do that or anything else.
No, you can just give me your interpretation, like, with respect to chart.
Okay.
What with a normal chart, yeah.
Okay, then let me.
Like whatever, like you have had a word with me 1 year back. That time I was very much towards you, like, oh, this is my problem. Please give me solution. Please give me solution. I was like that in my last call, and then today's call, I have like solution. The question. Let's learn something new.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to open a fresh one and enter details, and it'll be crazy if.
Yeah.
Last 3-4 days, did you have very good food and made inside your house? Very tasty food.
Yeah. Even having with friends also, like going out, having dinner.
In your family and home, if the last like 1 year was stressful, in the past few days, it would have been a little better. There would be some happiness in the last few days.
1 year se to last since 1.5 year, 2 years, it's f***ed up for family
Yeah,
members.
but I'm saying,
Fucked up.
was there some improvement in the last 4-5 days?
Some ray of hope that some help will come in last 4-5 days. Some ray of hope कि चीजें बेहतर हो सकती है उनके लिए. मेरे लिए नहीं, because I consider myself completely different from them. Like not egoistically, just like you guys look after yourselves. I am here. If you need any help, monetary, financially, I will do it. But just just maintain that distance from me, because I at times I just don't know भाई मैं ऐसे लोगों में कैसे पैदा हो गया भाई. Not because of ego, not because of ego. This is not ego.
Tell me one thing in the last 1 year, that every time when your wealth has gone up then down, can you check your own mental record and tell me that was it that every time you had a fight with your girlfriend that the wealth was going? Can you check and think about that?
See, when I used to be, you can say that, but in generally when my wealth used to be at a level, I used to be very harmonious with her. And it used to be like I can radiate more light towards her
and then that light she can radiate more towards me.
Hmm.
But since 1.5, 2, 3 months I am observing, my light is not going over there. So similarly, her light, how it can come. But it's just that that person is very much, very much understanding, very much family oriented, very much taking care of things. So I feel blessed to have like such partner in such worst times.
Keep the light factor aside. Just tell me about the money. When your money is high, is it at that time that you're good relations with her, and when your money and when you have a misunderstanding with her, when you have a conflict with her, when there's a challenge with her, at that time does the money fall down?
Probably the main thing is that no, I don't even think कि when the money is high anything happen. मेरा और उसका कुछ झगड़ा होता भी है.
I'm not saying it's because of the money or anything. I'm asking to take these two different aspects of your life and try to figure out if there's a correlation between them.
Probably yes.
Think properly.
Yes, 60-70%. Yes, I can agree to this.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's all cool. Only, I mean, obviously there is desire for income right now. So, and I can see like it comes and it goes.
Yeah, and that's painful. Painful for mental health also.
Yeah.
मीन्स अगर नहीं है ना तो इंसान मान लेता है कि मैं भिखारी हूँ. ठीक है, मैं भिखारी हूँ. बट एक बार तुम राजा बन जाते हो, दूसरे महीने तुम रंक बन जाते हो. मतलब माइंड फक हो जाता है ये इसमें. एंड ये सब चालू रहते हुए भी फैमिली को, रिलेशंस को, सबको बराबर रखना है. इट बिकम्स मोर टफ.
Prakriti, as the mother, has her own timetable for us in our life. All right. So you decide that for the next 1 year, I will go tunnel vision, hustle mode, whatever. Build a new project.
Nothing is going to happen through that with
Build a
hustle
new
vision
project.
and all, right?
They have given us enough free will to do that without willpower. But that doesn't mean that that is the best nutrition for your soul at that time. Very simple way to understand this is the traditional Bharatiya way of eating food is not supermarkets. All right?
Yes,
It is
right.
local produce based on the weather.
Weather, yes, absolutely.
Local produce, weather, feminine, who and what it's producing, weather, the electromagnetism and this light which the sun is sending.
Right.
Okay? So based on that, we eat the food. If you eat counter to that, if you have too much chai in 45 degrees of heat every day, all right, it's stupid.
Absolutely.
Well, I myself love chai, but I'm suffering because of the same shit. I did it
True.
this summer. Okay? So, the same way, consciousness has its own timetable for us. Prakriti has her own timetable for us, under the watchful eye of the Purusha, under the watchful protection of the father, and based on that Prakriti, right now, the most amount of hard work, the most amount of effort you are supposed to do in that particular way right now, that has to be your number one priority. After that, the energy you have left and the time you have left, please do your work, focus on your income, etc. All right, but pay attention to the syllabus for your soul and the support being given for it right now from Shishti. Please believe that it is coming from a place which has more wisdom than us. Okay, and going counter to that is unnecessary. Try it. If it doesn't work, if you don't feel that was
No, you are right.
thing
You're
to
right.
do,
I absolutely
that's
understand
completely
that.
fine. All right, you don't have to ever do it again. You don't have to
Because
listen
what
to me
happens when
ever
you
again.
do,
But what I'm saying is, try it out.
when we do a lot and when we don't get the physical manifestation of that thing which we are doing, so in generally we become like kind of rebellious, like you, who you, like
I
zero.
myself have been in this place after November, December. I cannot explain what my life has been over the past 1 year. All right. I myself I'm in that place where I'm willing to abuse God. I'm willing
Absolutely,
I'm
yes.
willing to come to the decision that I'm not going to be a good person anymore. I'm willing to like that is how close I've reached to some of these points. All
Yes,
right,
yes.
and I know that others have as well. Okay, but the thing is again, if we don't react in that moment and we take some time,
Yeah,
and if we are completely open, all right, because again there's two ways that energy can go. One is up, the other is it comes down.
yeah,
When it comes down, it feels all this weight, it feels more dark, it feels more suppressed. It stops believing in the dome because it cannot see the dome.
exactly.
Okay, so I understand that. I too might actually do something like that one day, but like I always try to give more time. I always try to give more time just so that I can view it from the non-emotional perspective also. So today I might feel like abusing God, that what the man, like enough is enough. Like what am I like? I myself,
Exactly.
out of no ego, genuinely can't find anyone else who's doing as much
Yes.
right as me. I have all the arguments ready.
Or no one is as dignified as you, the work which you are doing, like.
Whatever, like in every sense, and that also trying to do it without the ego, like trying to be really, really honest about it. Okay, that okay, I might have been a piece of shit here, I might have been this, I might have been that, but look at how I'm living for so long, or look at what I'm doing for
Exactly.
other people. And I'm not speaking as Sarad, I'm speaking for all of us on this path. All right, and willing to abuse God, willing to say that I'm going to stop like doing any of this shit or whatever.
Right,
I
right.
completely understand. I just try that then I don't end up acting on that at that time. I feel that emotion. I let it come through my vessel of experience and consciousness. I express it, but I don't act on it. I wait some time and then I see, because what you're experiencing yourself is that after the second half of March, after the second half of April, again suddenly there's a high and you feel that connection and you feel that bliss. Only now you don't even need to give it the name of a god or anything. All right.
Yes.
So, in some way, please, by
You're right,
any
you're
chance,
right.
tell me by any chance, very random question, by any chance, did your house have a rat come in the last few months? By any chance,
Ha, 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 ha. Yes.
it did,
Yes, yes,
and then
yes.
you had to like shoo it away.
हाँ means
We don't disturb also. We use building में कभी के बाद एक rat वैट आ ही जाता है, so it's okay.
No, I'm talking inside your particular house, flat, whatever.
हाँ, yes, 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 absolutely.
And otherwise, it's not a regular coming in your house or flat.
no.
Okay. So
The
just
2 weeks back, 2 weeks back.
fantastic, beautiful. So please just trust what this little human being is saying for some time. All right. Sacral region pain you're having.
Yeah.
Okay. Ganesh ji is linked with Ketu,
The chakra,
which
yeah.
is that particular chakra over there, the bottom.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can keep going on and on and on. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Try to bring some red in your life, some red t-shirts, red color, just for some time. All right. Red underwear, especially, or
Right.
red shorts. All right. Just for some time. I think it'll help. But again, the number one
Yeah.
thing is your own heart connecting to your own part of consciousness, which is related with this particular energy. So actually, you're using the externalized God and the externalized picture just to make the process easier for your mind. But the truth is, you're actually connecting with a particular part of yourself. Because I'll tell you another
Yes.
thing. And you please go and look at this later, all right? Try to find pictures of the hip bone, the pelvis, the actual human bone. All right, I'll show you.
Yeah. Sure. Damn. Yes.
Can you see Ganesh ji in your pelvis bone, in that lowermost bone?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yes. Actual representation.
The
So
head,
true.
the trunk, and the ears. Can you see in that tailbone?
Yeah, this is crazy. Like,
at times we are like, to be honest, like I feel like what these things are even, and uh, I just don't understand all this stuff. Like what is happening and why is this thing so related? And
You guys, please pray for me to have decent amount of strength so that I can just do Waves of Spirit Part 2, because
I'm
it's very
waiting, like
important.
I'm waiting so much for it. Like, seriously.
So just scroll that page, all different pictures in different ways. You will see the head of Lord
Same
Ganesh
representation, yes,
sitting
and the
at the root,
years.
sitting at the root of your existence. All right, and that's Ketu,
Yes, right.
Scorpio, that region of your body.
Eighth house, yeah.
Yeah,
Anal part. Right,
yeah.
right.
So I mean, it's insane that all of them are again inside us. You know,
also one more thing which I forgot, I just I'll forget it. So last time also when we were talking, now there was this one like a sweeper woman who came in between the call. Today also same thing happened. I don't know. It's
what
like a
what what do you,
Saturn,
what do you have in your ascendant?
Aries and Saturn.
What is Saturn?
Sweepers,
Labor.
yes. Yes, labor class, right.
And who is Saturn sitting with?
Jupiter.
Who am I in your life in this context right now?
Damn.
Okay, so
These things are crazy. Yaar. I
we
can't
need
decode it, but
we need
okay.
to trust. And the thing is, you can look at a person's chart and understand what kind of a person they will go to learn from. All right. Aries ascendant. Aries has a lot to do with physical fitness. Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm into that particular journey since a long time.
The
Along
trucks
with
and all
that,
I've seen.
Jupiter is there. So this will be a person. I mean, again, I'm just going
The
into
Akashic wisdom which comes
I'm
from
just going into
above.
hypothecation, because I'm not saying these are astrological principles. I'm not saying that this is astrological sutras. I'm just giving my interpretation that your Jupiter is, let's say, in Aries. So somebody you will always go to teach, learn from, will be very Martian and physically fit. And don't just think about me. Think in your life, whichever kind of teachers you naturally got attracted to. You might have been more attracted to your sports teacher in your school than other teachers to look up to as a teacher. All right.
Right, absolutely right.
Okay. And then you
And
have,
उनके साथ बनती थी हमेशा.
yeah, and then
Right,
you
right.
have the Saturnian quality there. All right. So did you see that when she came, I like said namaste to her, and then she crossed behind, right? So the thing is, why I am like that, and I mean, the people who have been with me, they have seen like how much I live at their level. All right. So
Same. No egos, nothing. Like,
so so the same thing you can just see manifesting like in every possible way. You know, only
instead
for,
I'll tell you what happens, even for this labor class or whatever I go. For example, if rickshaw ka bhi 50 rupees ho gaya, I give 80 rupees, I give 100 rupees. I always pay more. I always, like not boasting about myself, but this is how naturally I am.
yeah, because that's the Jupiter,
You
right?
know,
That's the Jupiter. The Jupiter is always going to give more, and especially when it comes to the Lagna, that person is going to be a giving person, and they normally suffer because of that giving also. It depends on if it's sitting alone or if it's sitting with others. All right.
right.
So I know what you're saying. So,
just
but
and also with respect to the, like, I had taken the COVID vaccination
yeah,
during my time because like family and all, तभी तो क्या करें. But now I've started to do like what we say 18-hour fastings, dry fastings and all for metal.
again, Waves of Spirit Part 2. So
Like I'm doing that dry fasts, and I've recently started past 2 weeks for that the metal detox.
the thing is, in the last 20 days, especially in the last, let's just take June, okay? It's the 12th of June. June 2026, if you experience yourself urinating more than the amount of water you're drinking,
Yeah,
going to the washroom more than the amount you're eating food,
Yes.
perspiring even though you're sitting in AC and your body feeling very hot from inside.
Right.
Okay. Also, if you suddenly notice some hairs get gray, if you notice some kind of if you notice some sort of a weird coating on your skin, okay,
Right.
all of this is the artificial shit which is coming out from the body thanks to the light which is coming in. Okay, so it's so beautiful the process, because first of all, whatever solution most people will try, fasting anyways is a good natural thing for everyone, for every reason.
Like I have not done a lot of research, but whatever I could study
Yeah,
about it and all,
don't do
it's a
the
dry
research.
fast.
Don't do the research, because the next biggest scam, all right, in a lot of ways, is going to be the same kind of people who put vaccines into people, etc., are now going to say that I know a way to get the vaccine out of you. I have spent
Ah,
I have spent 4.5,
easy.
5 years studying this. I know you can't get it out that easily. And I know there is nothing you can consume or do this or do that. I have developed my own method, which
It's a
I
it's
still
a
haven't
very
taught people.
different level of game only. Means
Yeah.
something
So
out
if
of the
anyone
world.
is telling you that I have the solution, I know how to get it out, etc., I have seen people already selling these solutions, and I know that.
Yes, it's going on. It's going on outside selling the solutions and all. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that it's not going to work,
No. Right.
basically. Because the thing is that the human mind is so stupid in today's world. We are only living based on the Indriyas. I want to come back to the 8th house now.
Yes, absolutely. Keep the
Okay.
flow. Don't
So,
yeah.
the Indriyas are what befool us, right? Lord Krishna has taught that in the Gita with that chariot and reins and all that. I haven't studied the Gita, so I don't know, but I think he taught it via that analogy. People think they put something physical in their body. Now they have to put something physical in their body to get it out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
First of all, that's not how life/light works. Second, people don't know how many different attack mechanisms were there in the vaccine. In the class which I did, in which
Yeah, I was there. Attended
yeah, in which
everything.
I was only able to teach 40% of
Yeah.
everything, I had disclosed 5 attack mechanisms.
Yes.
Okay?
Towers, this, that, a lot of.
Yeah, 5 different attack mechanisms through which the compound was going to change the human being. I had disclosed.
Yes.
I had not disclosed more. Out of those 5, if a person thinks that eating something can or consuming something can help them get rid of what the vaccine is, they don't understand that most of the attack mechanisms are not physical.
Exactly.
All
That's
right. So I'm going to leave it to the waves of spirit.
Yeah.
I believe that they will help a lot of people in the vaccine issue. I sincerely believe this, and I'm so grateful, because I was very scared to go into this territory, because the amount my health is already suffering because of the depth at which I've been helping human beings. The vaccine is a life or death situation for a big number of people who have taken it. They don't know it yet, all right? And if I would have started playing in that territory, I don't have a protection over me in terms of a physical guru, teacher, this, that.
Exactly.
I have no guidance, and I'm already way far out into very dangerous territory, all right? To the point where 2 or 3 days ago, I was targeted specifically in my dream. Okay.
Yeah. These things are legitimate
Yeah.
real.
So
People find these things are.
yeah. So one is anyways the broadcasting of extra negativity which they're doing in the month of June. The second is I very strongly think it was a focused attack on me. So keeping that aside, coming to Scorpio, the beautiful thing about Scorpio is that the most solid nakshatra there is Jyeshtha. Okay? The deity of Jyeshtha is Lord Indra, who's a Rigvedic deity, with the most number of mentions, I think, in the Rig Veda. We in today's times don't bow down to the Rigvedic deities.
We even don't know.
We only worship the Trimurti and stuff like that.
Yes.
All right, but very few people are paying attention to the 5 Panch Mahabhutas, like the 5 elements, or the Rigvedic deities like Lord Indra, Lord Varuna, etc. Now, if we study Lord Indra's story, there are many stories of him and his sexual potency. All right. So there is one story in which, because his lust is out of control and because he's the king, so in his yet to mature state, he ends up going and copulating with anyone and everyone. So once he found Rishi Gautama's wife, Ahilya Devi, and he disguised himself as Rishi Gautama, went copulated with her. Rishi Gautama found out, punished Ahilya, who was not at fault really, and punished Lord Indra that the thing which you love so much, you will be covered by 1,000 of them. So that was the curse of Sahasra Yoni. He got covered with 1,000 vaginas. Okay. So Indra Dev recognized his mistake, felt bad, went into penance, etc., etc., etc. I think he went to Mahalakshmi to get the curse removed. Mahalakshmi said, I cannot remove this, but I can change what it is from 1,000 vaginas to 1,000 eyes to see. Okay? That is one way in which Lord Indra is actually governing our Indriyas. And when the Indra force within us, because again, this is not an externalized God, this is us. This is one expression of our consciousness who we have deified and turned into something to pray to understand, etc. Because when you're praying to something, you're bowing down and praising them, and naturally you praise them at a higher consciousness scale, and the wisdom flows down because everything which is at a higher state, such as the sun, is raining down beauty and blessings on everything else.
Right.
All right. So what ends up happening is, Lord Indra went through a process in which his senses, out of being completely out of control, changed to a mature state. So from being governed by his Indriyas, he went to being the governor of his Indriyas. Okay? In this process, he became a rightful king in a lot of ways. Alright? Because he did the process of conquering himself. Okay? So this means, if we look at, we don't go deep into nakshatras, we just look at the 8th house. So we have Scorpio. The number one theme for Scorpio is death and rebirth. Something has to die, it transmutates, transforms, and then takes birth again. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's your, whatever is to do with your Scorpio in life. So, this is very much exemplified in Lord Indra's story. When you try to understand either Lord Indra as one of the Rigvedic deities, or you try to understand the nakshatra of Jyeshtha, because the deity of the nakshatra is very important. And then you understand that, okay, because now if you think of that same example with the dome of consciousness.
Yes.
This guy, my client, like he came here, he started belittling everyone. All right, in his conversation. Till the day before, he used to say, I don't know anything, I don't know anything. That day, he was like, I know everything, you guys are nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
So got carried away by the senses, because the senses were the interpreting mechanism for the new consciousness which he was receiving. But the senses had not upgraded. Okay? So he was going through the process of Jyeshtha that day. where I was trying to help him understand not to end up interpreting everything in the wrong way. All right? That basically you are having this experience happen to you. Don't get carried away by the power and the nasha of suddenly feeling that massive new dose of life and light. So that you are not, something which is not able to understand things for what they really are. You're not able to see with 1,000 eyes. All right? Because this is another very funny thing. And a beautiful thing. Like, this is where I fall in love with these things. All right? So, Jeshta is Scorpio. It's falling in Scorpio. Scorpio,
Right.
I told you in the beginning that number 8 and number 11, very tough to deal with.
Two lords, Rahu Ketu.
Rahu Ketu. It's so insane that the biggest ever fights which used to happen in the celestial heavens were between Lord Indra, and it wasn't really obvious fight, but one was the fight like which Lord Indra had with a demon called Vritrasura, but the problem was between two lords, between two kings, Lord Varuna and Lord Indra. Lord Varuna was the original king of the heavens and king of everything. Okay? Lord Indra, being Lord Indra, utilizing his senses to do scorpionic warfare, like I've explained in Martian Masculinity, diplomatically made Lord Varuna fall from the heavens. Okay? Of his politics. Okay? The gods were doing it because power is addictive. So, Lord Varuna is the deity for Shatbhisha Nakshatra. Shatbhisha Nakshatra falls in Aquarius. Shatbhisha Nakshatra, like how for Jeshta, the theme is the eldest, the supremest, the king, all right, or the first one. And that doesn't necessarily mean Lord Indra. The word Jeshta is actually the name for the sister of Mahalakshmi, because she was born before Mahalakshmi was born. So she was the elder one. Okay? So the first one, the eldest, etc. That is the theme, all right, or the tagline. For Shatbhisha, the tagline is 1,000 eyes. Now you see in Aquarius, in Shatbhisha, with Lord Varuna, because Lord Varuna, all the stars you're seeing in the night, they're all his eyes, all right, and they're there in the day also. Only in the day they are not visible.
Yeah.
Because in the waking consciousness of man, Lord Varuna has been disappeared. They've made him disappear. But he's the deity who is seeing everything at every time. And I have my own research into other aspects of things which I really wish I could go deeper into. But basically, see Lord Indra's story, that from being sucked into the senses, what we get to learn from his experience is that then Mahalakshmi blessed him with 1,000 eyes. 1,000 eyes are like Lord Varuna, with whom he has the biggest rivalry. He got turned, this is my interpretation, all right?
Yeah, right.
I could be wrong, he got turned into exactly what his ego was most inimical with. His ego was most inimical with Lord Varuna.
Varuna, yeah.
And he was focused on getting him driven away into the underworld. Okay? And he got blessed by Mahalakshmi to basically be able to see with 1,000 eyes and in a way get a glimpse of what being Lord Varuna is all about, because Lord Varuna is everywhere. Everywhere at all times. Okay? So, when he is everywhere at all times, then we can understand the 1,000 eyes or the symbol of Shatbhisha Nakshatra, which is a circle, a closed loop. So a closed loop means many things. It's also a portal to another world.
Yes.
Okay, and if you study,
right.
and if you study all the people who make things like video games, which is another world out of imagination, who do things related to aliens, which is understanding another world, you will see Shatbhisha Nakshatra
Extraterrestrial
very
portals and all,
prominently.
yeah.
You will see in their life, in their charts, you will see a lot of heavy energy in Shatbhisha. Okay? So, and actually it was, so again, all the nakshatras come under planets as well. That doesn't mean that the planets rule them. So that is, I don't want to get into that, but the planets don't rule them, but basically Jyeshtha has been given to Mercury. Shatbhisha has been given to Rahu. Rahu can see
Yes.
what is yet to happen and has not happened yet. So what will happen if you have 1,000 eyes? If you just take the nakshatra, you'll be able to see things, right? You'll be able to pattern recognize. Okay, you'll see, people will see COVID vaccine, okay, we are in 2020, this part of the circle. Somebody with Shatbhisha abilities, regardless of whether they have that nakshatra very strong or not, but if they develop those abilities, or if they simply incorporate more light, why? Because Lord Varuna is one of the 12 Adityas. Alright?
Yes.
So if they become a bigger embodiment of light, they will be getting that kind of energy, that they'll be able to see through that what is going to happen when the circle comes around. Okay.
That's the reason from 2019 you were able to see like what is happening, the pattern recognition.
Now,
I didn't had that ability. I started this work in 22-23. That's where I actually started encoding light, and now the work is going on with.
now you
your
see
understandings and
Lord Indra was very
Man, this
interested
is crazy,
was very
bro.
interested in one kind of hole.
Yeah.
Alright? With the blessings of the Divine Feminine, that one hole exploded into 1,000 holes but with a different meaning. Where now he's able to see even sexuality and lust and everything in a different way. It's not that he stopped being sexual after that. Only his expression changed. Okay? So many lessons from one story that
Damn,
he
yeah.
was changed into a personification of his biggest enemy. Alright? That's one. Two, the Indriyas. And when they are governing us versus when we end up governing them, the process of becoming the true king and experiencing Swarga within you, because he's the king of Swarglok. Alright? You experience that. So, we are Indra, we are Varuna as a fractal expression.
Fractals, yes.
And we are supposed to learn that lesson at such a small fractal. And that gives rise to the Indra energy within us. That gives rise to the Varuna energy within us. Alright? Because when you have 1,000 eyes, or if you look at the symbol of Shatbhisha, or Rahu, as the planet associated with Shatbhisha in the Vimshotri Dasha system, you end up seeing that Rahu and Ketu are the reasons for interdimensional travel, because Rahu is the reason you took birth. So in whichever loka you were before, whether Pitra or whichever loka, right, you decide to take birth.
Bhu or whatever, yeah.
Rahu Ketu is the axis through which, boom, you got prakat on Bhu,
Damn.
on Bhuloka.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
And
That's the axis through which.
yeah, and you chose the
Yeah.
contract you came with. So you, in a way, through the portal, you had already seen that your life is going to be either shit in terms of money and good in terms of family or whatever, and what experience you're coming here to learn. Okay, so you have
It's
that.
crazy, bro.
You have that portal, which is first of all the all-seeing eye, which we have in the Masonic culture and stuff. They've all taken all of this stuff.
Freemasons. Yeah.
So the all-seeing eye, in terms of true consciousness, is that nothing escapes the eye of consciousness. You can do something in a closed room, but Prakriti and Purush or consciousness is continuously a witness to that. So you can hide a crime from police, parents, whatever. Consciousness is registering everything, because guess what? It's first of all registering in your own biofield. Alright?
Absolutely.
That is the reason for good vibes or bad vibes and stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, you have that portal, which is first of all given to Rahu in this sequence, and Rahu is the one who can see beyond. That's why he could see that there will be unfairness in the way that the Amrit will be distributed.
Yes.
That is why he changed his form. The mistake
Yeah.
was that he took the form of, a particular kind. So anyway, the thing is
Right.
that Rahu, again, looking at aliens and all, has to do with things like beyond. Rahu has to do with everything which is new Maya within Maya, such as the video games.
Like we say, the future and present is same. So they are with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. This is
So
crazy.
you have all of this, and
That's the
basically,
reason even rishis say no कि तुम्हारा जन्म होने से पहले you have already known what is going to happen.
yeah,
But it's just that you are not. It's now I actually understood how you are interpreting it.
yeah. The thing is, like, we can just completely just speak on, Lord Varuna or Shatbhisha or that symbol of the circle. I mean, they itself are like conversations worth days. But because you mentioned eighth house energy was so strong in my presence recently with this young boy. His most major shit is in the sign of Scorpio. It's not the eighth house for him, it's a different house. But his sun, his moon, his Ketu, which is the ruler of Scorpio,
Eighth
and
house, yeah.
Mercury. All right, all of them are in Scorpio. Sun and moon are both in Scorpio. I mean, what more do I need to know?
Fuck that.
Okay.
Insane.
So, that energy was around me. Automatically, I ended up studying things related to Jyeshtha recently. Lord Indra's story is rotating in my head by its own self. I don't know how. You start the conversation with the eighth house stuff. Like the beginning was not, I pressed record. I don't know what the hell is wrong with Zoom, but the beginning part is not there. But like in the beginning, you spoke about straight away from the eighth house, like putting light on the eighth house. And guess what is putting light on the eighth house? Now, if you again come back to Lord Indra and Lord Varuna, both are Adityas. There are Dwadash Adityas, there are 12 Adityas, which are 12 different forms of the sun or the solar energy. Alright? In which Lord Indra is actually more related with Agni because Lord Indra rules the east. Okay? And I think this is east automatically because this is west, I know. So, yeah, this is east. So, Lord Indra rules the east and Agni is given to east. Okay? Lord Varuna rules the west. And he rules the water. Okay?
Polar. Yeah. Polarity.
So now, he, being one of the Adityas, helped Lord Indra indirectly. Alright? Indirectly. I'm not saying with his awareness or active participation, but in this story, this is what I made out that Lord Indra also went through this process of transmutation because the all-seeing eye of consciousness is always present. So he disguised himself as Rishi Gautama, copulated with Ma Ahilya, alright. But the thing is, he got caught. Because the other thing with Lord Varuna is like Lord Indra's most notable symbol is his Vajra, the weapon. Okay? Lord Varuna's weapon is a noose, phasi ka banda, a circle. Because he ends up catching everything. Okay? So Lord Indra was caught. Lord Indra was caught. And guess what? He had to be given 1,000 eyes in order to transmutate. 1,000 eyes means an amplification of Jyoti. Eyes have to do with light, which means it has to do with the sun, which means he himself, in his kingship, got promoted to a whole different level by one of the fellow Aditya forces. I'm not saying that the Aditya Lord Varuna did it, but that is the force which actually made it happen. And then you see that one guy is falling in Scorpio, and Ketu has a lot to do with sexuality. It's very comfortable in Pisces, it naturally rules Scorpio. Alright? And what ends up happening is that same force for him, through the waters of consciousness, by being able to see not just everything outside with 1,000 eyes, but himself with 1,000 eyes. So that just these two eyes don't end up making a fool out of him. He got more Jyoti, more light, more consciousness, and then was able to become a better king of his own internal Swargaloka. And then to get intoxicated not via his most favorite potion drink, which is Soma. In the
Sober
outside,
us, yeah.
which he drinks Soma and he's dancing and he's enjoying in the heavens with all the Gandharvas and Apsaras around, what ends up happening is that he discovers the internal Swargaloka of having complete awareness over the Indriyas. Alright? Along with that, he discovers what else? His internal Soma. That place of equanimity, that okay, I see a beautiful girl, like you guys know me. Okay. So you know that I can do what I can do. But the thing is that I'm not
Right,
doing
right.
it. I'm not saying I'm anywhere at these levels, but we are all going through these stories, because even if you look back into your own life, you will come across moments of these mini enlightenments which you would have had. All right? So the same thing over here is happening in this example of Lord Indra having to deal with Ketu, which is very impulsive, right? Because it's not using the head. And it's because in that center, the lower energy center, lower doesn't mean hierarchically lower, I'm just mentioning which one, and that area has a lot to do with sexuality and losing soma or losing life force. All right? So what he ends
Yes.
up doing is that he ends up getting the future vision, Rahu, Shatbhisha energy, Lord Varuna's energy of being able to see everything, being able to see where he might be breaking the laws of the universe in certain ways, so that then his Ketu, basically, or his Indra energy is exalted and matured. And over there we have Lord Varuna, who's omnipresent everywhere, but people will not be able to feel his presence in the world. All right, because he got pushed into the underworld. And but I think if anyone will feel pulled towards him and will want to build a relationship with him, I think it will be possible very easily. Because Lord Indra is everywhere now. All right. Simply why? Because there is a manufacturing of fake Agni, fake light, which I've spoken about in the law of light, within which there is a deeper level trap for the Indriyas.
Yes, yes.
And the same way we are seeing that everywhere. So, for example, when I was on the road 5,000 kilometers in one of my trips, and I told you, that trip I was doing in a luxury car, but, I'll show you a picture of my shoes, brother, then you'll understand.
Fuck, crazy, man.
Let me show you what I was driving this car in.
Can we say this is beauty of life or like what?
Yeah, like, this is
Shit.
unbelievable.
No one will believe. It's like crazy.
Okay.
Damn.
This shoe was falling apart.
Yeah.
All right, because in 2024, after 8 or 9 years, I think I bought some clothes or shoes for myself by the end of 2024. This is the middle of 2024. This is the other shoe. All right.
Fuck, bro.
Guess what? I am in such a car and I enter a hotel reception and I'm laughing on myself, right? I'm just amazed at the divine comedy, because the journey I was on, this was one of the most insanely magical trips of my life. And I was in a tunnel in that car. All right. And the places I've gone to, I mean, it's just amazing. I pull up in this car. Sometimes I stay in a 800, 900 Oyo. Sometimes I stay in a decent hotel. They see me pull up in this car and they first of all wonder, why the f- is this guy coming to an Oyo? All right. From the beginning, they're like, what the f- is going on? All right. And I'm just like, I'm just enjoying the comedy of everything, including my situation. One day I realized that I must be walking into one of the hotels where it was not an Oyo. It was a good one, this one, like a decent one. And I'm walking in, and I'm 100% sure that while I'm walking, I'm leaving a trail of pieces from my shoe
Sure.
behind. All right. And I was like, what the, like, I like, it was so insane, because this trip is one of the most insane memories of my life. I've driven like so much every single day. I was so tired. And this was honestly such a beautiful and insane journey. But like, just try to imagine that in the world of today, with this fake micro Maya within the original beautiful Maya and the fake light matrix, all right, somebody comes in this kind of a car, everybody else is automatically going to think
Superiority.
judgments about this
Absolutely,
as well as
absolutely.
why don't I have this, or why am I not like this, or feeling lack, etc. They don't know that the guy sitting inside is a fakir. They don't know that on these trips themselves, I've slept on the road, brother. I've slept on the highway. All right. I have pictures of actual spots on the road in where I've spent my life, like when, whichever car I was in, when it would break down, because when you drive so much and you're doing it alone, obviously you're going to encounter some or the other issue. I've had my, entire rim of the tire just break into pieces. I've had like different shit happen. Once I've had an engine blow up, which was insane, which was just totally unnecessary. And like till now, I need an answer from like God, because like it was anyway another amazing, beautiful trip. But I've had that, I've had this, I've had all different kinds of shit happen. But the thing is that the outside world will never ever understand me. All right, because the thing is, we are all being governed by the immature stage of our own Indra energy. All right, I can write it today in my own writing that most of the people who we see get out from these cars internally have more family problems going on than the simplest of human beings who still today might be able to get together, sit on the floor, not use the phone, and eat food together every day.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely right. Absolutely
so, right. Same way, I would not change if I'm driving that car or if I'm driving an auto rickshaw. I drive with the same beautiful Lord Indra pleasure, because for me, as I've explained in that GMC recording, that what I plan to do with men for the next 9 years is now that feminine thing started waking up in me since those last few years. For me, everything is a vagina now. The table I'm sitting on, how can I not appreciate it? It is giving birth to this call. I wouldn't have a place to keep this shit otherwise.
Absolutely.
All right. So I can make love to this table with my heart. I mean, there are ways in which, somebody would actually rub their penis also on the table, But because the thing is that everyone's sense of expression will be in a different way. All right. But anyway, that's not the point. I'm not getting into different kinds of humans and the different ways in which they express, because there's nothing right or wrong. I'm talking about the bhav behind. And that is why I have been carried so beautifully, especially in the last year when I've had the most horrendous, I've had the most shitty problems at the most 3D physical level. All my other problems were like life or death at the level of the soul. This is like, I don't have water to take a bath. All right. I don't have what I've experienced in the last year. All right. But I've been carried so beautifully by the feminine this, because right now I'm sitting in this, doing this call. This is a blessing to me by the feminine.
Right.
All right. Whereas my actual living is in a very different state. And I don't mean like this. I mean my living experience, because now it's better compared to what I was experiencing before. Because that was a massive like boom, boom, boom. Like, the earth gets shaken up from under your feet. And things which you wouldn't have imagined happened, they suddenly were happening, etc. And I also realized why. So that was amazing. Because I've understood that I've been blessed to the level where even if Schumann is exploding, or there's a new some other shit going on,
new ejaculation if it is coming,
no matter what is going on, that I'm still doing 7-hour webinars, or I'm doing coachings, or I'm doing beyond. Dude, I did beyond in these last few days of June.
Tremendous.
And in June, the amount of energy which has come, it has knocked us out. Like, you must be needing to sleep more than usual.
But what is happening? The financial stress plus these things. So I want to sleep, but I'm not able to sleep. And that position, it becomes more excruciating.
I've explained to you many different things in our conversation. The two doors. Trying to help the people. See, you have to understand, I'll have to do waves of spirit, man.
Yeah. Please. Like, at least before this month end or something like that, just plan it.
Month end, I would have, there are so many times you can ask the team people. The thing is, I don't want to set a time and date, and if I'm not able to be healthy that day, I'll feel extremely bad. I'm somebody who always under promises and over delivers. All right.
That has been since.
I learned this in my strategy days, like in consulting. All right.
Yes.
And I have been living with that even in my own, life philosophy. So, or my life ethos. So, I mean, I don't want to set it up and then I don't want to set it up and then, not be able to show up because already I canceled this once before. But I'm thinking of just being open and telling the people that let's just do it. Just have patience with me. And we'll do it, And the thing is, I don't have a place to do it, or maybe I should just do it from here. Only the thing is, this is not a place under my complete control. But that's the only other option, because otherwise the place where I would do it from and which I would use as my office, like I haven't been able to use it for 2-3 months simply because it's freaking hot. And I'm not spending on, getting an AC or whatever fixed there. So, and now I don't know how much of the summer is left. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And because what will happen, it will just keep on getting postponed.
नहीं, thank you दीदी, मैं बिना खाने के ही जीता रहता हूँ.
So
आप खाए? नहीं, कुछ नहीं. क्या बनाए? अरे वाह, बट नहीं. मेरे को आप एक काम करो ना, आप मेरे को चाय दे दो प्लीज. अगर चाय दे सकते हो, थोड़ा अदरक वाला कि गला. ओ
दूध नहीं है, कोई आया ही नहीं था, वाला काला बना के.
समझ रहा हूँ. ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत. काले में आपने क्या क्या डाला? आपने
काले में ये डाला. क्या? ये चाय की पत्ती.
अच्छा, इधर ही उगा रहे हो?
हाँ, ये चाय की पत्ती.
अच्छा, अरे वाह.
ये डाली. आज का दूध लेके आया ही नहीं.
समझ रहा हूँ.
सर ने फ्रिज बंद करा दी है ना.
हाँ, वो चले गए ना लिवान वगैरह.
दूध बिगड़ जाता है.
समझ रहा हूँ.
मैंने देखा भूख लगी है.
अरे थैंक यू.
लेके आओ थोड़ी.
नहीं, अभी नहीं. मैं लेता आपसे, या मैं खत्म करके फिर चाय ले लूंगा आपसे. ठीक, मैं बोलता हूँ. थैंक यू.
Just so sweet, see.
Yeah, and she is like extremely cute. If you will, she's an elderly lady, and anyway. So, see, I was talking about the mother's blessings. All right, and this has happened to me for the first time here. All right. Rest of the time, someone else asked me, out of respect for the person whose place this is and the respect in which they hold me. It's a humongous person, and they hold me with a lot of respect, because of which I am able to come here. This is not a place for anyone to come, basically. But she, like, it's not even her job, and like she came in, and I was literally talking about the mother's blessings. I was talking about in all of this, like, I've been held by her, and
Right.
and today's again, it's Mata's Day. It's Friday, and it's 2:20 right now with a double 2. So
Yes.
so yeah, I mean,
Crazy omens,
this is what keeps on happening. And like, I am basically living on this drug of magic. Everything else has been like, if I know like how you have things happening, and that's what I was trying to tell you. Remember in the conversation I spoke about the 2 doors, I spoke about telling other people things, I spoke about all of this. We have very limited energy right now with the waves of spirit coming. Why? Because with the waves, what is happening is our bodies are having to do extremely hard work, and they're doing this work for the first time in their life.
Yeah.
Our bodies are already very loaded with that work, and that work is changing our life and our spirit for the rest of our remaining life here. It's a job which is the most important job in the cosmos right now, not just in your life or my life. Okay? So, what you have to understand is that just like you have a list of issues going on, if I start telling you my list, you will forget your list. And I'm not trying to demean your list.
No, right.
I'm just trying to say that I'm trying to tell you all of this so that it can go in my own head, because it's very hard for me to help myself. All right?
So true.
The thing is, we really need to stop all energy leakages right now. Because with the heart opening up, we want to do even more while being in a
Yeah.
depleted stage. All right, it is not going to work right now. So, okay, tell me one thing: you're having problems sleeping.
Huge.
Okay. Can you just
I
describe?
hardly sleep like 4 hours a day, 5 hours, not even that much.
Rest of the time, your head is overactive and your brain is tired.
It's full active.
Okay, I need you to do one thing. I need you.
Sleeping though, it's like out of syllabus only.
I've written what I want you to start consuming. Okay?
Brahmi powder. Nice.
It doesn't matter which time of the day, etc. Take it, every day. You can even take it twice a day. Just watch what will happen to your sleep and just watch what will happen to your state of mind.
Fine, I'll take it.
Okay? But if you take this advice from me, my request to you is please take the main advice which I have given you for this time. Okay? Please understand, because again, these two are linked in some ways. Okay? This will anyways help you. It will help you get the deeper sleep, because I know the sleep you must be getting right now is that you went to lie down. It's like your body switched off, and then when
That's
you pick
it,
up, it just
that's it.
switched up and you got up. It's not that you felt
That's it.
rested, that you felt
No.
deep. I know.
Not at all.
Take this.
And also, like we were discussing about the beyond coaching one, it's like you tell me where the place is comfortable for you to like be in that environment, open up more and be comfortable in that surrounding. We will plan it over there, may it be nationally, may it be internationally. I'm completely fine. It's just that whatever thing like I want, it should be like, we should be opening ourselves more without any restriction or any city place, any Gao place, any international
You
place.
leave all of that to us, but we don't
Yeah.
do any of this because we have no resources.
See, with respect to resources,
No.
for me,
Listen.
हाँ.
Not in the way you're thinking. In the way the amount of energetic load which comes towards me, as well as whoever's there in the team, it takes a lot to do this work which we're doing overall. Okay. So the thing is, it's not even possible for us now to answer questions for people. Like, for example, now what happens is when somebody new comes for the regular coaching, I know after having done this for 9 years now, all right, that the first call is going to go over 2 hours. I know this shit. I'm not trying to make money. I'm just trying to make sure that whatever that new client is coming to me for, they do justice to their own desire and to their own thirst and quest for, advice, knowledge, whatever they think they can get from me. It's written there. First call, please come straight away with 2 hours. All right. We kept entertaining 1 or 2 random people who will come just with 1 hour. Then in the call, ask, sir, like, I don't want this to end. Can I please just pay for the other hour right now? And what am I supposed to do? Like, do I not have a life to live? All right. So now what we do, if somebody comes, we just send them a message. If they don't understand, they say, I think I only need 1 hour, or I will exchange it. We just return the money. All right. And so the thing is, with all the bookings which come in, whether for beyond, whether only after the bookings come in, before the bookings, obviously, if there are some questions, the helpline clarifies them. But once the booking comes in, then only we start giving it our conscious attention that, okay, we have to coach these people, we have to do map of income for these people, we have to do beyond for these people, and then we come up with the design.
Right. Fine. Perfect.
So don't worry about that. As even this Pune guy, he wanted 5 days. So the team person told him that we just had one such experience where the guy has been blasted. so please, you can take 5 if you want, but maybe sir, if he gets to understand that you're not able to take more, or if the speed is too much, definitely we are reducing the speed instead of doing 2 sessions in a day. Because I mean, just imagine like this coaching session for you, not for me. Like I'm the one, even though I'm the one delivering, but like even for you to take, imagine 2 of these conversations in a day, how heavy they can get, because even one coaching experience is quite a big thing. All right. Now imagine them on an everyday basis. And now imagine me talking about those things which you people have never heard me speak.
Exactly.
Even my phone doesn't come in the beyond sessions, you know. So it becomes too much, and that is why like we'll reduce the speed and we'll do one session per day. That doesn't mean that the people have to pay a different cost, whatever. All the other structure is going to be the same, but we'll do it in a way where at least everyone is able to absorb what the hell is going on. Because also the experience with beyond is it's not like how you have people who sell the webinars. They develop this sales funnel, all right. So what they do is for the 99 webinar they give the same shit to everyone, all right.
Yeah.
For the 999 webinar, they give the same shit to a lesser number of people. For the 9999 webinar, they give the same shit to an even lesser number of people. Every time the shit given is not individualized.
No.
In beyond, my every coaching experience is drastically different. I myself don't know what I'll be speaking or teaching.
Or what syllabus you're going to curate.
Yeah. So yeah, don't. I respect what you're saying that we'll do it in a way where I'm comfortable and stuff. The thing is, I'm continuously thinking about the other person's comfort, and I'm thinking on many different. I'm thinking on many different planes.
Right.
And I try to handle them, and I try to like. Last time for the Indian one, we just did a manual recce of places which are suitable to do it from, etc. So don't worry about that.
Done. Fine.
Just trust in the divine process. Just like how this call happened, same way if somebody books beyond, it's not necessary that it happens in a particular set date or time. Because now guess what? This boy, I had an intuition, right? We had a briefing call for his beyond 1.5 months before his beyond session. I myself wanted to finish it off in the middle of May. Okay? June for me is usually a very unique experience. So I was like, I want to finish it off in the middle of May because I know that I'll also be in a better place to do it. We had the briefing call somewhere in the end of April. I had an intuition. In May, there were 2 full moons. And I think both were in Scorpio, I think. And I was like, I have a feeling, I have the recording of this briefing call, right? I said that I have a feeling that even though I want to do it soon, I have a feeling that this will happen around the time of the Scorpio full moon because I remembered his chart.
Okay, yeah.
I remembered his chart and I remembered all that heavy energy over there. And I was like, see, it's not possible to go beyond unless you get a portal. Full moon, full circle, full light being reflected, and in the sign of Scorpio. So later on, when I intellectualized the intuition, I was like, oh yeah, fuck, that makes sense. And guess what? Finally, when we did do it, it began on the day of the full moon. It began on the 31st of May.
Crazy.
All right. Yeah. And I wanted to do it by the time of 14th, 15th of May. Because
the portal got synced.
Yeah. Because I had a feeling that stuff is going to come up for me later, and it did. And it still is coming up. But I mean, it had to happen at that time. It happened at that time. So I don't interfere with this shit anymore, And that is what is about the fluidic nature of consciousness and the water. So the day 2 rivers are supposed to meet, the day 2 tributaries are supposed to meet. It's going to happen then. You can't give this is my biggest mistake. I lost so much because of being such a control freak, such a perfectionist, being so anal about each and everything must happen in a particular way at a particular time, with particular behavior from particular people. I ruined my happiness because of that. That even when the thing would happen, I don't get to experience the happiness, Now, as I'm learning to become like this, I mean, honestly, my conditioning is still very deep. I still have a lot of work to do. But the thing is that the more I relax, it's the waters which carry me and the divine schedule. You were the first guy who was asked today if you're available to be coached. I reached out to the guy in the morning. Please ask if somebody's there to coach. I didn't know myself I'm going to coach today. Yeah, because I just got out of Beyond, man. And it was this Beyond was
a tremendous experience.
Yeah, it took a toll on me, So yeah.
No, but crazy.
Too much magic. And we are entering a time of more magic. And the regular sleeping 3D physical world will also experience this. Their magic will be fake manufactured magic within the micromaya. They'll be shown alien ships and all this shit. All right.
And they will be happy. They will be very
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
With this projectors and all. Oh,
Yeah, I spoke about this, I think, in 2022, 2023 in Hidden Truth in some YouTube video. You know, that the next invisible enemy, they'll show us this shit, blah, blah, blah. And they'll experience magic as a group phenomenon, which means the masses. The thing with masses is they can't experience magic.
Exactly.
Not because they are the masses, but you can't experience magic in the setting of masses. The only way to experience magic is in a private experience, or where it's just you and maybe 1-2 people or something like that. You can't.
That's it.
You can't have
right.
10,000 people sitting in a stadium and a spaceship comes up and you go like, "Oh, magical! Wow, there is a different world existing."
This is out there.
Yeah, this is being created by the same people running this world. You know.
This whole Project Bluebeam, and now these are like, there are pages with respect to Project Bluebeam and all. I'm like,
so the thing is, I don't have that much of my own involvement on Instagram, right? I was told by
there are pages with names.
I was told by my team guy that, sir, have you seen the latest kind of comments on Instagram? I was like, no, like I don't know, like, because whenever I go there, like my radar system just wakes up and I understand, okay, this is the current collective consciousness and this is the current trap, the current, and I also can feel it eating at my soul. So he said that there was some news about some heat wave in India and some shit. So the top comments are like, Bill Gates sir, thodi barish karwa do and shit like that. And I was like, okay. That means, okay, like more and more of the people are coming to know. And like, I had a feeling that, I mean...
And people are enjoying that. I don't know, people are not waking up, but they are probably, they are machines and they are now getting transmuted to these things and they are thinking this thing is very normal.
Yeah.
Whatever shit is happening around, that's very normal and it's
and I'll tell you that this could be actually a countermeasure. I'll explain how. It's not necessary that comment, Bill Gates sir, thodi barish karwa do, is from a real human being. And I will explain this. I need to do an entire class on Instagram. All right? I know shit about Instagram since years. But it wasn't possible to tell human beings because they would not understand. Now, if I tell them, it will be possible. Why? Because the collective consciousness has come to the level where they've started to understand that yes, they are listening to us, they are sensing our minds, etc. because of the ads and everything, which is too obvious now. All right? So now if I say this shit, they might understand. All right. Otherwise, since the last few years, since the time I've been feeling this, I've been very hesitant about, doing creativity of my own over there. Then finally, I put that final post in which I explained.
Yes.
I didn't explain 90% of why I'm, no longer investing my life force into that thing. I want to teach that to people also because it's a very useful tool. All right. But I was saying.
It's a yantra, na? You told it's like a evil portal type. Yeah.
Also. Because what I would like to talk about when I am mentioning this comment that Bill Gates sir thodi barish karwa do, I won't be surprised. See, okay, so one thing I know for sure is that more than half of Instagram or your personal Instagram experience is fake. And what I mean is, I mean this at very crazy levels. The posts you see, it might be a human being talking, you think that's real. I'm telling you that's not real. And not just because of the AI shit now. I'm talking since a long time.
Right.
The comments you're seeing, they are comments generated on the spot to make your trap deeper. You think, and they will be made to look genuine and real with the kind of typing and this and that. But everything is being done by Instagram.
Yes. Right.
The algorithm is not one algorithm for the entire app and for the entire audience. And no, the algorithm is your biggest hidden secret scorpionic personal enemy. That algorithm is only for you, not in the way of curating my feed and I built my algorithm and I get the best of astrology. You get to see the kind of astrology they want you to see and they will create a new account. You will look at that account and you'll go like, oh wow, million followers, million this, million. You will think that's a real thing. That's not a real thing. That's been made for you.
Right.
All right. And it's not possible to catch the difference.
Fake.
Why? Come back to Lord Indra. There's one quality of Lord Indra which everyone kind of talks down. I respect that quality. Why? Scorpio is the sign of spies, detectives, covert warfare, hidden stuff, scandals, everything. Treasure beneath the ground. Lord Indra gets very possessive about his reign on Swargaloka. The moment he sees something which he thinks is a potential threat, for example, he's a king, somebody comes into his court, they are not a king, they're a common man, but they possess qualities like a king. Lord Indra will make sure that this person disappears. Okay? So why is he doing that? He's always suspicious. Okay? And guess what do our Indriyas do at the immature state? They are always insecure.
Guard zone.
Our Indriyas are looking at everything like the luxury car example I gave. It's insecure. Okay? That
with the lack
you
of
pull up somewhere, somebody else will see, even though they will have more wealth than the guy with the luxury car.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. This is so true.
So, Lord Indra is always suspicious. That suspicion helps him make sure that he's the only one who can get trapped by his Indriyas and that his Indriyas don't get trapped by somebody else. That is my interpretation. He's always suspicious, etc. Now, come back to the Bill Gates comment. I will not be surprised if that is given the most number of likes on the comment to bring it to the top, if it's by a real human being, but the algorithm makes sure to make this one visible to most, so most people tap that one only for a like, or if it is being planted by the algorithm itself. Why? Because if you notice, everything which is dangerous, everything which is a threat to all of us, including this guy, Bill Gates, everyone knows, but when you make people laugh about it, it disarms the threat value of it.
Yeah, exactly.
When we start thinking of it as comedy, when we start laughing about it, we stop paying attention to it. While we stop paying attention to it, that guy owns a shit ton of farmland in India, by the way.
As well as highest in US also.
Bill Gates' biggest investments and the most amount of his money has been used for genetic modification of crops, all right, and biopharma and all these things. Everyone thinks of him as Microsoft and this thing. Bullshit. His real target is nature and land, both in the US, both here. Okay. So, do you understand that everywhere? Because if you notice 2026, the algorithm has very happily allowed a lot of topics to be discussed and made viral.
Made fun of.
Which earlier it used to ban us for talking about.
Exactly.
Alright, vaccine news is getting viral. Okay. Bill Gates shit is getting viral. Okay.
This new
world order, all this shit, Agenda 2030, all of this now everyone is talking about it and they are not banning it.
And Great Reset everyone is talking about, but they are not able to accept what is this Great Reset. Everyone is like, okay, Great Reset करके कुछ है, but पता नहीं Great Reset क्या है और उसका joke बना रहे हैं. I mean, people have no idea what shit is going to come, how insanely things are swiftly going to hit, swiftly, without giving them a time to their thoughts.
And that the more they're talking about all of this, they are actually continuously giving it life energy for it to grow. Now, luckily, these are people whose lives are running on Instagram, like 7 hours scroll time, all that shit.
And the thing which is energy harvesting and all.
Yeah, so their life energy is already very weak. So luckily, it's not high quality life energy that they're putting into building this reality.
Yeah.
But the quantity is huge, right? There are
Huge. Thousands, millions of people.
10,000 people using Instagram for one person not using Instagram.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And all of us were born with the same divine soul spark.
Exactly.
All right. Yes, the more you're involved in the micro Maya, the lesser your soul spark's life force is. Your resonance is very low. But still, you add up 10,000.
Exactly.
All right, for this example.
That's huge.
Yeah. So that is why in Scorpio, like with this particular suspicion, it's actually a very useful suspicion, because the nature of Scorpio is that dark water, right? So when does a person in the wheel of the zodiac, when does a person pass from Scorpio to Sagittarius? When they're already done with the 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first time Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, or the first cycle of fire, earth, air, water. Then the next cycle, right? Because when they are born, the Lagna is born, then it needs nourishment, family, etc. The second house, then it needs, siblings and basic friendship, basic communication. Third house, then it needs the nourishment and junior level education, which is the fourth house, etc. Then the process goes to the next octave. All right, you end up getting Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. To get to the final stage, which is the third octave of each of these elements, the third octave of each of these
Dharma, yeah.
Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha qualities, you have to enter the home of the Guru, right? You have to enter Sagittarius, Lord Jupiter's sign.
Yes.
Okay. Why that happens is because you suddenly see all the dark shit around in life after having gone through so much in Scorpio. All right. None of us, like not none of us, but like very few of us were going through all this shit when we were kids, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So now that is happening now, the only way you enter the higher fire of Sagittarius to then enter the zenith of karma, which is Capricorn, to then enter the biggest octave of karma, which is to satisfy large groups, not just the seventh house, your partner, business or spousal or whatever, but to satisfy
masses,
humanity, because Aquarius is the sign of very large associations, right? And guess what? Shatbhisha is coming there, Rahu comes there. So, and then after that you end up entering Pisces. So you have to go through the tests of Scorpio. You have to go through those challenges of Scorpio. Then you end up coming here. The amount of people who will die for 1 ounce of truth in the next few years, how many people do you think can pass through the narrow portal of Scorpio altogether in one go? It's going to be a very tough journey coming ahead.
Even for the people like us who are woke up, it's going to be equally collectively difficult, but obviously we will navigate it through. But the people who are genuinely in sleep, it's horrendous for them.
Yeah.
Because everything will come as a shock for them, and their identity and their soul will not accept that shock.
Yeah.
And still they will be in denial, and that denial will lead them to shit position.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What crazy times, yeah.
Very crazy.
You noted one more thing. Today is 12. It's 3. Last time also when we had talked, it was day 3.
Okay.
Third date of June. Today is it's the third date of June.
Okay.
So the Jupiter element is Jupitering.
Yeah, it's Jupitering. Yeah. True.
And exactly after a year we are meeting.
Yeah, I still can't believe it. For me, it's 3-4 months ago, but I mean, I have...
Time is running insanely. Once you are told, it's nowadays the 24 hours which used to be, now they are 18 hours.
Yeah.
It has 18 or 16, something you told.
Yeah.
It has been...
Yeah.
That's a whole next level thing, the dimensions and all.
Yeah. No, I know. But it's going to get more interesting as this year goes by, because I was trying to tell people, not astrologically, but in other terms, that 2025, 2026 should be kind of looked at as 1 year, not 2 years. And
I can feel it also. I can feel it
yeah,
also. I just can feel that the year hasn't even completed yet.
yeah,
It feels like the year hasn't been completed. The year which has started from March or January, it's still continuing and continuing.
yeah, exactly.
The closure hasn't come
That
yet.
was the second phase. We are just past the peak of it, I would say, and the third phase will begin by August, September. You know, and then again the whole experience is going to change, because the beginning of 2025 was very different. I once gave an astrological explanation for it in a very long telegram message in February or March of 2025. That period ended by the time June, July came around. That is when the second phase started. But the second phase is energetically. Energetically, it wasn't possible for me to explain, so I used astrology to explain the first phase. And then now the third phase will come, and but it will be good. It'll be good. It's shocking. There are shocking developments happening, including in our personal lives. But overall, it'll be good. You know. But
Even there is this, what we say, the important transits in December first week. No,
there are crazy transits happening in this entire time.
yeah.
The transits are, you can
Hilarious,
spend your whole time just studying that. I don't study that, because the thing is, if you understand the Nasargic qualities of everything, right, the native qualities of Jupiter, then even if you don't know that Jupiter gets exalted in Cancer, you will understand how Jupiter will be in Cancer. You don't need to know so much details. If you just purely will study Jupiter for Jupiter, not that, okay, will Jupiter give me money, will Jupiter give me
No,
this,
no, no.
that.
I got that.
Yeah, if you will just study
right.
Jupiter for Jupiter, or if you will try to connect with it, or whatever, then
Like similarly, like if when Saturn is going to come in Aries में क्या debilitated होता है तो क्या हाल होगा?
yeah,
That's so true. That's so true.
yeah. Anyway, let's conclude for today.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
any questions or anything you have, you can ask.
No question. It's like more than like today, whole of it I didn't had any questions actually, but the way you told and all, I got the questions developed and I got the answers of those questions, you know.
Yeah,
So that was something magical.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I still remember like last call, the difference between the last call and this call is during my last call, I was very much worried.
Okay.
I was in pain, but I was worried and I was actively seeking for solution. But in this call, obviously I got a good height and I came back and I'm in that pain now. But I'm not worried and I'm not actively seeking for answers. It's just that in this call, I let the flow continue and the questions developed and those questions got answered. You know, and it was like since 1.5 months, I was like, I just want to like talk with you. It was like that. It's been really a long time. It's been a year. So just let's have a conversation. And probably one month back, I was in a very much more disturbed state.
Yeah, I can understand. March,
Very much
April were
disturbed
hell,
state.
man. March and April, the second halves were hell. Or hell. I know what was going on at that time at such depth that, I mean, even if some new human being will come around, I'll be able to understand half their life and tell it to them before we start speaking. Because there's a lot which is happening in the
Right.
invisible world right now. And that is why I need to do this thing. I'll ask, maybe we'll check on Telegram today if like people can do it this Sunday, then we'll try to do it this Sunday.
I'll suggest you directly type Sunday there is somewhere. But don't
I
even ask and all.
understand.
Everyone is going to join.
Yeah.
Because everyone is badly waiting. Like what's coming next?
Yeah, I
Because the
understand.
thing is that we are not able to code the light. Or probably we are not at that particular octave that we can understand light in that particular the way you code light. You know, that's the main thing.
I understand. No, I'm also looking forward to see, how different people have been affected by the waves in different ways, because the themes will be common, but like how you had the sacral pain, some people have the back pain, some people have the head pain. Like, I'm really interested because that will help me understand like different souls, Like, for example, with you, starting to understand, about the sacral, this thing, and how it's connected to all the stuff which is going on with you. And that shows so much about one of the main reasons why you took birth as, the challenge or the inbuilt training program around survival, and the same thing with other people. It will be, insane, because there would be some people who would be totally sorted in money, but they'll have no emotional security,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes,
they
yes.
can't do shit about the money also because of the problem here,
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see, because
Yeah, man.
it makes us all very equal, and that is a very good thing, that ground zero under that gold gumbaz thing. So,
The way in which we say now, like there is a light above us, and that light is equal amongst the people whom we all are. That it's the same kind of light or consciousness about us. So it's like that.
I understand.
Crazy, crazy nice. It was really great talking with you. And please rest and get
Yeah,
charged up for the webinar. We are looking forward for it.
yeah. No, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
You also
Yes, yes.
be easy on yourself. Look
Yes,
after yourself.
yes.
Good seeing you after so long, and good speaking with you.
Same here, same here. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.
Sure. Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.